Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you happen to be in the world. Welcome to tradertv.live. North American stock futures back in positive territory once again this morning as the Trump administration has officially recognized and begun the transition of power to President-elect Joe Biden. That process including releasing funding, making top secret data available for Biden's staff to prepare for the transition coming up in January. Sentiment across the board much higher and positive as a result. Biden speaking multiple times throughout the campaign about possible friendly policy toward both the clean energy space and also the cannabis space and possible legalization. So big moves in cannabis stocks this morning right across the board. They are all set to gap sharply higher, 20+% for some cannabis names. Yeah, exactly. Some of the EV names back on watch this morning as well. The smaller ones again today leading the way. Oh yeah, by the way, Tesla is in all-time high territory once again. Elon Musk waking up to the second richest man in the world. $500 billion market cap for Tesla, possible if it opens where it is right now. And oh yeah, there's earnings to talk about as well. It's Tuesday, November 24th, 2020. TraderTV.live starts now. Here's a look at Asian markets from the overnight session. Nicely positive across the board here. We'll shift over to Europe next and see more positivity for the most part. Just the Swiss market and Turkey to the downside. Let's go over to North America and see, yeah, nicely higher numbers here right across the board. Look at Bitcoin, 4% again today to the upside. Otherwise, pretty positive showing here. Gold, the only one lacking there to the downside, 1% to the downside for gold. Everyone going back into the stock market because why not? It is Tuesday. Lots to get through this morning, guys. We have an official recognition, I guess, by the Trump administration that transition has begun over to Biden's crew. That has cannabis to the moon today.
Yeah, absolutely. And I don't know, unless they have gold-plated cannabis, probably no reason to be in gold. We talk about crypto all the time, and great run over there in Bitcoin. Actually, just noticing crossing back below previous close 2 seconds ago. XPeng, first actual sell-off starting to come in. Well, there was a little bit of one yesterday in the afternoon, but this is a much bigger one ongoing right now. It may be a holiday shortened week, but doesn't matter. There's just so much activity here, but it's all in the hot names. I mean, overall, the market is basically flat in EV space. We talked about sustainable energy. All of these plays are going to be absolutely fantastic. I don't even know what to say, Sean. It's just like the gift that keeps on giving. There was some. I was here at 7, and there were all kinds of movers at 7 a.m. So some early trades to talk about as well. Wowzers.
This is about all you have to say today if you're holding anything that we've been talking about. And yeah, I'm running away like a bandit with cash right now on some of these names. Look at SPG. You guys were talking, or I was talking about this one, guys. $60. Very nice to see this. Up another 3% today. SPG is a name that we're not even talking about. I based this out for you guys just a week ago at 60. We're at 88 right now. So yeah, it's about profit taking. Palantir's running up today with Biden sort of looking like this is SPG here. We can go to Palantir if you want. That's another runner like crazy. 22 and change. Was up to 23 today when I woke up. So, well, not after I woke up. But anyways, with Biden, looks like he's going to be taking over the reins now. President Trump looking to get the team ready to go and pass everything forward. So yeah, hell yeah, on cannabis as well. I know you talked about that already, Brendan, today, but yeah, ACB 23%, was up 35% earlier. But yeah, I mean, look at this stock, man, up to $9, $9.50, now down to $8.78. Look at it fading through. I think it's a profit-taking kind of day. We're going to be looking to take some of those profits. I have puts on XPEV, believe it or not, so I'm hoping for downside.
What a move that thing had yesterday in the afternoon. And again, this morning, XPEV back to the upside. We'll have a look at that. We'll have a look at Solo as well, moving around here in the pre-market. Here's what's coming up a little bit later on in the show. Brand new video coming your way. We go through the watch list every single morning, guys. You join us at 9 o'clock. We talk about them. In this video, we're going to discuss how you narrow your focus. We send out, 10, 12, sometimes 15 plus symbols. How do you narrow down to those 2, 3, or 4 that you really want to focus on at the open? So great stuff in that video. Watch out for it. Valeria will have the link for you coming up in the chat about 11:40 or 11:45. Speaking of Valeria, let's go over to the desk and say good morning to her.
Good morning, Brandon, and hello, traders. Let's have a great trading day together. Please don't forget to subscribe to our channel, share the link with friends, and smash the like button. Let's get it started, Brandon.
Let's indeed get it started. Lots to get through before we get to the open coming up this morning. We'll talk about cannabis first. We discussed it very briefly to start things off this morning, but the group itself, right across the board, pick one. It's going to be up, 20+%. Because of this recognition from the Trump administration that the transition has officially begun. Some of the federal funding being made available to the Biden camp as far as the transition is concerned. Biden speaking in depth throughout the campaign about possibility of legalization as far as North America or the U.S. is concerned, guys. So all of these ones having quite the day today.
Right, and that was pretty good there. Yeah, sorry about that. My fingers hit the smoking weed a little too early there. Yeah, look, Canopy, I think, is the one you got to go with. It's a lot less volatile than ACB. And again, it depends if you're going to be an investor or a trader. Right now, we'll talk a little bit about trading right here. 26.50, we do like that level. Obviously, CGC just went over to the NASDAQ. So if your charts don't transfer it over, sorry about that. But ACB is another name that was up 22%. Again, a grower. So you're going to have to watch out for this stock. I mean, this stock has been getting pumped lately, and it always has these big moves and then fades right back down. So right now, $8, $9. If you look at a daily chart, we've come back a little bit. We did have these monster runs up to 13, 14, and we've seen that. But look where it came from, man. We reverse split here. I think it was honestly 100 to 1. It went down to 75 cents. So yeah, a little bit of a reverse split there, back up. So 9.30. This little bunched up area right here is what we're looking at. This top is 1088, so we haven't gotten there yet. And if you did want another top, you sort of this bottom slash top right here, 990. So we're gonna look at this one. ACB, a little more of a high flyer if you want to take some risks, or Canopy. We'll look at that. But I'm gonna look at these off the open. Right now, I just think these are all going a little bit too much. And let's just see if the market is right here. And we'll go with it, but I'm not going to try to guess which way this is going to happen at the open.
ACB in particular here, I mean, right at 7 a.m., the gap up faded off of $10, and you're already seeing a 10% pullback in ACB. The only levels I had written down was this 25 to 35 area. So if it gets back into that range, I'd be looking, to play either direction. If it fails off of that at the open, I think maybe we can run into a short and do some profit taking, or potentially a break through that price. But watch out for that 10. It was just heavy selling all pre-market so far. Hasn't really been able to catch a bid, even through what I thought might be a bit of a level 25, 35.
All right, guys, let's go to the clean energy space. We mentioned it over the past couple of weeks and even months as we've approached this anticipation of the Biden camp taking over. Joe Biden speaking very highly upon clean energy and putting more funding towards more possibilities when it comes to this clean energy space. Interesting symbols popping up this morning in this group as far as the ones that are leading. We talked about FCell. Sean had a great trade on FCell yesterday. There's FTech as well, which is FTEK. 15 million shares already for this one in the pre-market. Then you have OPTT, that's Sun W, even SPI Energy, guys. We haven't talked about SPI Energy in a month or so.
Yeah, I mean, the one I'm actually looking at right now is Fuel Tech. It was just the first one that popped up to me. It made a bit of a secondary push when some of these things were selling off. Well, not some of these things. There were a few names that were selling off over in the cannabis and the EV space very, very early on. But this one made a bit of a run through this 670. Now, through the daily chart, there's really nothing to look at up here. You're just seeing a couple of parabolic moves to the upside. But it has given you a little bit of a pullback, and it's starting to test this range now. I mean, the $6 area, you can sort of see. I'm looking for the first consolidation band, so maybe it's going to be 6, and 6 might afford you a potential breakout in towards that high of day. I'm gonna stay away from shorting this unless it's already given you a hard sort of, I guess, rejection of that 6 even price off the open. Maybe it slams off of it or down away from that price and breaks down towards this 5 area support. So I'm not going to be going short in this name in particular. I just tried one in DTTW that made a little bit, made like 20 cents, and then lost like 25 cents, and it's been in and out of everything. The only thing I've been able to hold on to has been Sundial, which when it comes to the cannabis space, there's one stock to short on the pop, and it just feels like it's always Sundial.
Okay, SPI here, yeah, that's been a crazy one, up 37% again, guys. SPI Energy, this is one that went to 40-something dollars, 47 or 40, $47 not too long ago. 14 is a bouncing spot here. If you, I mean, look, I feel really kind of, I don't want to say silly, but like to look at these stocks from a technical side of things just seems a bit crazy. You really just got to play momentum, but I mean, here it is right here. Here's $13, here's $14 on this top, $13 right here, and now we're breaking back out this high of the close. So remember, this is where you close, right? When you get a green candle, it opens at the bottom, closes at the top. So we did close one day, 18.12 or so on SPI before opening back up again. $25 and then closing back down to 14. And then, of course, this was the day that we ripped to 46. So we held close at $18 there on SPI. So that's something that's possible to look at. I kind of think that we'll go long if we can break through here, 1550 or so. Yeah, right here, 1550 on SPI. So that's going to be my clean energy play of the day, 1550 on SPI to go long. And I'm going to put that in right now. If it hits in the pre-market, it hits in the pre-market. There's enough volume right now to not really worry about it.
All right, guys, we'll take a second here and acknowledge that we received something very special as a shipment yesterday, and we wanted to show everyone the 100,000 subscriber plaque has arrived. So we're very, very excited about this, guys. Thank you so much for all your support. I think you can see that okay there. On that angle. It's very reflective. But yeah, we're very excited about this. We're going to find a good spot for this to find a permanent home, but we wanted to take it a second and thank everyone for their support in helping us get to 100,000. Let's carry on and go to 200,000, shall we? Hit the subscribe button, why don't you, and help us get there. Let's talk XPeng, guys. What a move this thing had yesterday. This stock has more than doubled in less than 2 weeks. So we're up to, or was 76 in the pre-market. We're coming off a bit here now. The company, I mean, the only news, or new news, I guess I should say, is they unveiled their latest edition of autonomous software at a car show in China earlier this week. So, and over the weekend as well. So really no additional catalyst here. It's just the entire group once again in play, guys. And
I don't know, should we ask if Brad is short this one? All joking aside, one of the traders.
Brad's not here. Where are you, Brad?
I don't know. We're
oh, there he is. He's here. He's here.
He's like short the top. We were talking about this one yesterday around 67 on XPEV. Afternoon when we were chatting on the floor. It was a good move. Gave you like $3, but this turnaround here, I actually had this sort of pre-market break when it tried to take 77. I scalped some out for a winner, took the rest out for a hit when it immediately snapped back down. Now I'm looking to see if we get back to this like 67 area. I always look for those, failure points, these resistance areas, if they turn into support. Because if we're going to come down today, the question becomes like, where would this move halt? Where might it fail also to bounce back through the upside? And I'm sort of eyeballing this sort of 75 area as well. So if it bounces from here, we're about 72.50 because it just went a couple of bucks to the upside. I'm looking for that 72.50 to 75 area. If it rolls over at that point, I think the sell could be on. I would look for support at 67. That's the first place. Most of it's going to be guesswork because when you go this parabolic, you don't necessarily have firm levels, but it was a hard rejection, or at least a good one, I should say, in the afternoon at that price. So my first look will be if 67 holds, maybe you can take a dip buy, and I'm trying to short this one in front of 75, and I would definitely not be holding it through that price.
Oh man, we actually have shortable shares, so that is fantastic. Yeah, I did get some puts yesterday in the PA there. If I ever say PA, it means personal account. Get out of here, wires. Kicking the wires. Yeah, that's it. Yeah, do that show. I have too many wires behind here. I gotta get. They keep fixing them and they keep falling down. Okay, who cares? Okay, so XPEV there. We do have some 45. So the puts are at. Someone asked. I think it was Dan. You asked $45 expiring next week. We'll wait to see. I mean, I'm just trying to get in and out of them today or tomorrow. It could be a loser, but XPEV just basically. I had Valeria get the water. I already heard parabolic, so I'm going to drink again on my call of parabolic right now. But that's what it's going. Yesterday it was absolutely parabolic. You can see the imbalance locator here today. I have to take a sip now. I just said it twice. The imbalance locator is huge today. All B's for Brendan, guys. I mean, GE here, that's the next buy. I've already told these guys about that. There goes that SPI. I'm already into SPI. Okay, SPI, 1550. We're long right now. Let's hold that one. Okay, but NEO right now, big buy, big buy, big buy. What we're talking about, go SPI. Already a win here for us. Good one. XPEV yesterday just goes absolutely nuts, and it just keeps on going nuts all throughout the afternoon. It just breaking levels, breaking days high here of 67, and never even thinking twice about it. So this level right here of 67 is sort of where I think we could start to break down again if it doesn't hold. So we'll wait to see. Go SPI. We're already starting the day off here. Let's get out of a little bit right now. If we can, take 30-cent win now on SPI along 1550. That was a good one. There it is. Boom. Already starting it off with a good one. So SPI. But what I was getting at again was 67, 67.50, guys. I like to see that level. Let's see what happens if it gets down there. If it does, then yeah, watch out for all the rest. We'll cover NEO and stuff in a bit. But already a nice little chicken dinner winner there for you guys on SPI, breaking through that 1550. And now we're at $16. Holla, we're already starting the day off right here.
We're saying, I think when it comes to some of these individual names this morning, we saw it yesterday, volatility definitely going to be on watch this morning. If we do get a move of that kind of size, you want to be careful with your sizing when it comes to these. Let's talk about Tesla, guys. If we open up, we did come off a little bit here, but I think we're still in the territory where if we open up, it'll be a $500 billion market cap for Tesla. They said yesterday, late in the day as well, they're still working on some sort of hatchback that is going to be longer range for the European market as well. Not huge news, but Tesla worth a watch here, all-time highs again.
Yeah, obviously we'll watch that 550 when it comes into play. Everything did a bit of a reversal here, and Tesla was one of the first names to start pulling back in the pre-market. I'm watching 545. This is where the little consolidation dipped to the downside. We've already tested it one time. It looks like we're sort of gearing up to test this 545 level a second. My first look when we're up this much and seeing some retracements in is going to be thinking about shorting off of that level. There's another name here I threw in the chat. OPTT has an interesting chart. We'll get to that one a little bit later, but it has this weird range going on. I'm just long the bottom. I'm going to see if I can't scalp and then hold some for potential breakout, but an odd range in that stock if you pull it up. But Tesla 545 and 550, only two levels I'm watching here. First look would be to short. I don't want to do it in the pre-market because I don't like Tesla pre-market, but at the open, if I can get it in front of 545, I will.
Rob, you're not still long MindMed, are you at all? No, yeah, it's at 225. So yeah, MindMed right now, guys. We had Kevin O'Leary on talking about MindMed down here at 30 cents. I saw someone talk about it there on the chat. Yeah, there it goes, guys. MindMed ripping up. So MMEDF. MMEDF on the pink sheets. So there we go, guys. Just if I can get it. This may not load. It doesn't matter anyways. It's the same chart. But here it is over there on the OTC market. Exact same look. I just wanted to get over to that one because it's going absolutely nuts. Last week, we talked about Tesla. I mean, jokingly, not jokingly, talked about this going to all-time highs and breaking it, and that just happened way too fast and way too easy. So Tesla, just another big win, man. Don't short this thing unless you just want to be into your own grave, I feel like. 550 break is probably going to happen today. But remember, you got to watch out. I mean, I wouldn't short any of these names, really. You just got to watch out for what happens with the market on open orders, right? Like NEO right here, still up 2.5%, but look at what's on market on open. This is the thing why it's very, very hard to judge some of these. NEO's 2 million shares, guys, to buy, only 480,000 paired off. So that's kind of strange because now it's coming back down. So as long as that stays high, you'll probably stay up here, but then watch what happens when it gets faded out. So that's something that I'm watching for Tesla as well. The NASDAQ imbalance doesn't come out, I think, until 2 minutes to go into the market, so I can't show you that right now, but I do think Tesla could pull back into the 530s. You do have 525 as a top, just in case you're looking to average in.
Robbie almost just fell out of his chair there when he saw that chart. Let's get through a few more of these, guys. We have quite a few to get through still. Ideanomics, the next one, they announced an offering aftermarket yesterday. Oh, well, it's up another, 40% today. This is the one that increased their stake in that Soultrack, which is an electric tractor company. So I mean, yesterday was impressive, but here we go again, guys. Another 40% for IDEX.
And testing right at the pre-market high. So 377, 375, 377. $4 is the price I'm watching. You just go back to the daily chart, and we can see this level here. So I'd let it break this pre-market high and then make a run into this 4. I think that's going to be that key test that comes in. Very, very likely this could happen very, very quickly, and you can be making a decision at that $4 price right off the open. So it could be a quick one where if it bounces off of that price or rejects it really quickly, I might jump into a short. It's a breakout long through 4. You saw what happened earlier. If it gets down to this 335, 340 area, interesting support down there. So especially if it's one of those hard sells where the bid just sort of evaporates, this is where I anticipate buying to come in, that 335, 340 mark, and I would try my hand at jumping into a quick little long on a bit of a dip on Ideanomics. Below that price, I think if it holds for any consolidation lower than that, maybe later on in the day, that could be where you short it, but it doesn't feel like that's in the cards.
Guys, look at PayPal, 202. I think PayPal, again, that's the call of the year. We made this back in January at 108. It's up to 202 right now, so that's been a good one. Square, obviously, it's brother-in-law there making moves as well. So, but right now, PayPal, 202. I definitely like that one. And then Square, look, Square is just super. Square's been one of my best stocks. You guys know that. My biggest trade of the month was on Square earnings, 185 long. Now we're up to 209 on Square. So Square's taking out PayPal now. Both these names big into Bitcoin. So we're going to wait to see, man. Bitcoin pushing 20K US today. And yeah, someone put on their Tesla 1,000, Bitcoin 40, Tesla 1,000, Bitcoin 40,000. I mean, I don't see why that's not possible at all, to be honest with you, especially, I mean, that could happen a lot sooner than you guys think. 209.50 right now here on Square is another spot. Again, it's just, I don't want to play these breakouts. I said to Neil and Brendan before today that just seems like everything today is just so huge. I mean, the ES up huge today, NASDAQ up huge today. Like, everything is bouncing like crazy to the upside as the market gets all-time highs. So I like to get Square in here, 206, 205, but I will play this PayPal break of 202. So let's wait to see if that can come through.
Speaking of PayPal, there's a little PayPal-related news when it comes to your Palantir, Sean. German entrepreneur and billionaire Peter Thiel officially joining the board of Palantir. He was an early investor in both Facebook and PayPal. What do you think of Palantir today? What do I think of Palantir today? That's a good one. I think long. No, but you know what? Actually, I have an order to get out. If this comes anywhere near $23 or so, I will be dumping some more of these shares. You guys know that we're long sub 10. We talked about that. Our first buy was $10.10. Our second buy was $9.56. So to see it up here at $22, I mean, Peter Thiel's been an amazing investor in the tech space. You guys all know all about that. Early investor in, Brendan just said it, all the early names there. And we're going to look to see about this one again. Palantir just keeps on moving, man. Another 5.5%, 22 and change. I don't know. I mean, I'm looking at this 20 is a pretty sweet base down here before it actually went off another, I don't know, what did that go up? About $1.50 there in the last hour. So you got another 8% move in the last hour before coming back down a little bit and then finishing near its day's high. Now you're seeing an upside. So 22's held here. I'm getting nervous that this thing could flush, man. So I'm going to watch for 21. We'll take a break of the high, of course. And I'm actually thinking of this right here, 22.50, an early break on Palantir. We'll take that, and then we'll see if we can run it into 23. But I do think that this name has already gone nuts. We did get some more out of SPI in the 80s again, so we still have 60% of this one, 31 cents in the money.
Just a quick look. I told you guys, I mentioned in the chat here, that OPT with that range. This is what I was talking about. It's another one of those clean energy names. The 320, 315, 320. A couple times was a breakout, and then it's held this bottom. Ignore these dark pools. These didn't happen. This low is around this 15 to 20. On this consolidation, I picked some up. I did just take out some for a 7-8 cent winner, but there was a bid up here at 36 and 37, someone taking out about 15, getting in potentially to a long at 15,000 shares in a couple of lots. So there was a bid that got broken. It seems like there's a seller at 340. If it breaks up, 350 looks like the breakout to me. I want to be in the long, at least something, maybe holding like half or at least half the position in the event that 350 does break. I like the support down here in OPTT.
All right, guys, about 5 minutes to go. Let's bring Arun in here and have a look at the overall market. We're into a bit of a tight little range here around this 3,600 on the ES. Arun, what do we look at today?
Well, that 35.85 was the area that we were keeping an eye on. I was really keeping an eye on because that would take out the top from the last few days, but I also didn't trust it just in case we would set some stops off and came off. That's exactly what you saw yesterday once we broke the 35.85, came off. Obviously, in the pre-market today now, we've gotten through it. So that is the area that I am now going to look for some support. So 90 is going through that 85 area. I'm definitely going to accept some, look for some flexibility in there for some longs. So 35.70 is going to be the bottom end for me. I'm going to look for some longs in front of 90, maybe around that 85 mark if we can get something. And of course, where we're sitting right now, 36.05, I am actively looking for shorts for the time being. I did have some shorts earlier. I got some out just now. I've still got some left, but I want to see what we do with the NASDAQ imbalance. If I don't like how the NASDAQ imbalance gets out, I'm just going to cut the short and walk away. 36.15 is a stop on the short. So we are going sideways. There's a couple options. There's the 36.15 for potential shorts above us, and we got the 35.90 area with the 35.70 as a stop in that area for longs. But for now, there's no decision except for whether I want to hold on to this short or not. But those are the two areas I would keep an eye on. Definitely that 90, 95 going down to 85. That's going to be a interesting level to keep an eye on there today, Brendan.
Great stuff. Thanks so much, Arun. We'll check back in again tomorrow morning. Going to be an interesting open, I think, with all these buy-in balances to come through, as Arun was saying. We'll see what happens. One more here. American Resources, AREC, up 40%. This is an energy company, but they have a subsidiary that's in the mining business that is going to get into lithium mining. So this can be included in that kind of clean energy list that we're watching. So positive catalyst behind this, but we're coming up to the last spot that it kind of turned here on the daily chart, which is 240 to 250. We already tested up to 250 already once. Looks like it might be putting in a lower high. So AREC, big time volume here as well, guys.
Yeah, I think I mentioned maybe in the chat, or I tried this AREC and it broke out through this 225. I didn't reverse long. I was looking at a few other names here that I liked a little bit better, bullish side. It came back off of 250. So now I would look at that breakout price and the bottom end of this range, or the area that I was shorting for potential support. So call it like 210 to this 225. If it holds that off the open, AREC could have a bit of a bounce to it. Only about 3 minutes to go until we have this open. I do have Sundial again to the short side. I should probably go over this one because Sundial had what was probably a crazy sell action at 7 o'clock. I wasn't quite fast enough to catch it when I sat down, but it did give another bounce. So it gapped up. With 24 cents yesterday, it gapped up to like 42.43. This sold off at 7 o'clock. And when it tried to test back up to 42.43, it felt like a rock. I had it at 41s. Already got a great short all the way down. My last out was here at 33. I'm back into this one, and I'm just rolling. And again, just rolling some of these profits into a short off of this range here, about 36 or so. So I will be active in Sundial. Also watching Tesla trying to get back up towards that 545. And it's just hanging out in the middle of this range, 540 to 545. I'll take a shot in front of 45 as long as we haven't broken it off the open.
I like the XPEV short through 70, actually, the more and more that I look at it here. SPI still 50 cents in the money on a $15 stock. We'll take it, but we're going to let it go anyways. We've already taken out 40%, so we're going to give it back to 15. That's it. I'm going to see if this one wants to run. If it does, great. If not, then whatever. Oh, by the way, guys, we missed PayPal, so I gave you a 202 break. Yeah, it's at 204 right now. It's already printing $2 in the money. So you're welcome if you did take that. Darn. Yeah, it's just ripping upside right now. We've missed the boat on this PayPal.
Yeah,
I was really hoping that we had that one. Look at the NASDAQ come down now with only a minute and a half. Okay, I want to talk quickly about XPEV as well. We can look at this one real quick. If it breaks through 70, I think we could have some downward moves here. That was where it just stopped. So that's that. With about a minute and a bit to go, we do have XPEV on watch. PayPal's really too bad because I did like that one.
Now, IDEX also just broke that pre-market high as well, that 377, in towards that $4 range. Of course, I already mentioned this is likely to be a significant level. If it's going to take a failure here, man, I hate getting into these at 929, but how is it going to test that level right at this time? Maybe go for a smaller amount of size just to take a quick crack at it. I heard a rumor that it's going to be Randy on the bell, which is fitting because it's the EV day. Well, It's been like the EV week.
Every day's
but
EV
yeah,
day.
every day's EV day, but Randy, our automotive expert, as we like to call him here on the show, will be ringing the bell. I did just take a small shot here at IDEX, a bit of a seller at 95. My order is at 4 even. If that breaks, I'll just get out of this one. It could be the break on, and this is why I didn't like 377 to short, but I much preferred that 4 even area. Let's see if it tries to come back in. I might scalp it off. If I can get anything out for like 5-10 cents for a little bit before the open, I'll go ahead and take it.
Okay, we're going to watch Palantir here, 22.50 as well. SPI still making moves. But here we go, guys. With only 10 seconds to go. Let's see Randy on the bell, guys, if we can, with only 10 seconds to go here.
What is going on here? He's going baseball action, Vladdy action, 3, 2, and 1. There is never a dull moment.
That's a mop handle, I think. So good job there,
It's just
Randy.
never a dull moment with this guy.
Thank you so much for that, Randy. SPI, the only stock that we have is falling down a little bit to where we're in at. We're going to wait for 15.50. This was always going to be sort of a home run. We've taken our profits off. If we lose on this one, we lose on this one. XPEV, we're waiting for that. Palantir, I talked about a fade. This is why we were very, very nervous coming in here today, guys. I just thought these stocks were way overextended. We're also going to watch for XPEV to break through 70 here. Once there's Palantir, big size at $22, and there it is, cracked down. Palantir just got cracked at 22, guys. So we didn't go short, but that would have been a good number there. Up to 22.10 right away. We're into PayPal, 202.50 right now. We did get a bottom pick there, so let's watch out for PayPal here on the upside. We're in.
Quick flush on IDEX through that. Off of that $4 area, not through that $4 area. So got that 94 you saw. I was able to get some out there in the 87, some at 83. I'll definitely take some out in front. Just got some more out in front of 375. I did miss Tesla there, unfortunately, guys. It didn't break to the upside, but it did take out that bottom at 540. So forget about that 545. I'm now looking to play off of that 540 area. See if I can't get a quick short there. OPTT burst to the upside, so that one in the money, that 321.
Here comes
we talked
XPEV.
about that being range bound. Nice trade on OPTT as well.
Here comes XPEV, guys. We're going to go short 70. There it goes. It's broke. So there it is. We're now short XPEV 70. And we are monstrous. 68. Bang! A quick $3 on this name. Let's just keep going down. 68, 67. Crack, crack, crack. $3 in the money. $4 in the money on SPI. We did it again. And we're back, baby. Let's go, XPEV. Here we go to the downside. What a great trade this has been, Neil. $4 XPEV. We'll see if it keeps going, though.
And long 321 on OPTT. Just got some out at 372, so 50-cent winner there. We talked about this one lining itself up. The breakout is on in this name. IDEX broke 4 even, so just got long in that one as well. Gonna look to take some more profit on OPTT. Again, the consolidation was great. I took some out in front of that range. Also got some Tesla here for you guys. I did manage to catch a little bit short off of that pop up into 540. I got 539.37. It did bounce down off of 536. It looks like I might have missed my chance to get in and out. So I'll take the dollar hit there. That's a case of not being fast enough to scalp out to $3. It is what it is, but there were bigger fish to fry. IDEX as well. We'll line this one up and knock it out of the park. Like I said, take some profit out of the bottom. Go long off 4 even. Now got the long here. It's breaking towards 450. So 40-cent win there. Another 10% move to the upside. OPTT, IDEX, both big breakouts off the open here. Brennan, what's up?
Early strength as well, guys, in the retail group. This is Macy's. So another 6.5% on top of this from yesterday. So Macy's through $11, guys.
Let's go, Palantir. Let's go. Spin it, guys. XPEV, huge. Palantir, monsters. We did it again. Now we're done our day, and it's 9:30, guys. 9:33. We've already hit it out of the park. XPEV, look at Palantir. Let's go, baby. This is what we're all talking about, Neil. This is a banger kind of a day right here, guys. Look at Palantir. Already in the money, $1. XPEV, you say $1, Sean? I say $5. How about $5 winner right now on XPEV to the short? The only thing we got to wait for here is PayPal. Neil, we are rocking like you've never seen before here, Neil. This is a monster day. We just continue this. Let's go. We're bigger than we were yesterday, and yesterday was a monster. Hot dogs for everyone. Keep this party going. PayPal, you can really get this party going right now.
Yeah, just to come back to some of these names, I did get just about everything else. Still actually holding on to a third of IDEX when it got to 450. It's starting to pull back in. I'll see what happens at 4 even. If it bounces there, fair enough, and we'll hang on to see where it goes. Otherwise, going to go break even stop on this name. It was such a fantastic breakout. You just want to make sure you don't turn it into a loser. I'll go back to OPTT as well, which is another. It's continuing its run. This is absolutely insane.
Go.
Again, I'm just gonna take OPTT out because I'm not one of these that's going to hold into halts or whatnot. If you're going to give me $1 move on a $3 stock, I will take my profit and I will run every single time. So I'm out of OPTT. It looks like IDX is trying to bounce off 4. It might not, but we talked about these runners for the long side. Usually I'm shorting. Had to go long on those two today. OPTT's still going to the upside. Brennan, what's up?
Some of the charging names as well starting to pop up here. We're seeing some EV names to the downside, but this is ChargePoint. Just went from 36 there at the open up to 41. We're rejecting this 41, but Switchback Energy, guys, which is ChargePoint, the SPAC, back to the upside already.
Guys, we are just belly dancing like crazy right now. What a big monstrous day this was. Look at our Palantir outs, man. 23.20, are you kidding me? I said this name was probably going to go today, and I was nervous about the 23 level, so we did spank this all out up here, but look at some of these outs on the high side. That's why we scalp like maniacs there. The only thing that's starting to head to the downside right now is PayPal. We did average in, we got a little bit out there, we got nervous again, so here it goes. If it breaks 200, it's a no-brainer. We are flashed out of PayPal, so this one will be the loser. It goes all the way to 204. We thought there was a chance that it could hold that, but there is no chance. And there it goes, man. XPEV's coming back down. We've already absolutely destroyed this one, guys. Our best out, 66.40 for 350. It did go down $5. It did go down $7 into the money, but we did miss that one. It looks like PayPal's going to crack the lower here through 200. But what a fantastic day's this been, guys. I hope you're making money with us.
Yeah, I truly hope so. And we talked about this Tesla. Look, obviously I was busy in 2 other names here, but Tesla does make its turn. I had this quick little short off of 540, but the call was played off of the pop, and if it tried to get to 545 and failed, that's the rollover short I'm going to look for. Anytime I have 2 stocks going parabolic to the upside, I got to manage those. But here is the fall in Tesla. I was saying short. I liked it to the short side. It is what it is. These are now starting to come back in. I also have Sundial, so I want to make sure you guys know what's going on with this name. I talked about both the 41 break, which obviously was this morning, then it rolled into a short, and again, just kept adding into the open, expecting this to happen. I just got some out at 31s, shorting it all the way into 35, and I just tried to pick up some more shares here. They turned around off my order at 33.5. I'll probably stay net short in this cannabis name. It just feels like the one to beat up on. Every time they go up, I try not to short ACB because I get in trouble there and try to short Sundial instead.
Yeah. Cannabis name is very, very difficult. So PayPal comes out there through 200. I do think we could go back long on this one. Unfortunately, we had to average into that, and then it just blew us up there through it. But 201. I like 201.40 or 50 right now, kind of where VWAP is back here. 201.40 is this bottom. We're going to go long again if that does happen. Palantir, man, that was an instant shock to the upside. That was a big time run there. So we still have some on board, but look at it fading out. I know I gotten filled up here, some of my order in the PA as well. So we're going to wait to see if there's a spot we can go long, but look at this market crashing just a little bit here, guys. XPEV, we still have 20%. We'll get out if it breaks back above 70. Otherwise, we're going to hold this one. What's up, Beep?
Solo, guys, another one that we were looking at yesterday, breaking to the downside along with XPEV. Have a look at FTech as well, FTEK. Just streaming right now on a volume scanner because of this $6 level, it seems. We got all the way up to almost 7 there, but right back to 6. It's trying to hold relative volume through the roof today on FTEK, guys.
That was another one that I was going to be watching, but like I said, just too many things, too many fish to fry. I had to clean up some orders over here because a lot of stops that I don't think are going to come into play, especially the OPTT at 315, at least not yet. Fuel Tech, I did mention this sort of 520 to 550 area. If you get some consolidation here, might make a secondary push to the upside. The only thing holding up, at least trying to hold off of these dips, is some of these clean energy names. I'm going to go back to that OPTT just because I had just noticed it bounced off of this. No, it bounced off of that 360 VWAP area, trying to get back to 4. If it doesn't get back through $4, maybe stalls out here, I'm going to take a shot shorting it off of this. Obviously, I gave away an extra 40 cents. I could have had $1.50, but you're long at 320. You see a parabolic move up there like that. I'm not going to sit here guessing it's going to give me an extra 30% or 40 pennies on the move. Just take the dollar and run. Now I'm looking to see a 4 hold.
Oh, hell
in
yeah.
front of it.
Oh, hells yeah. We averaged back into Palantir, and yeah, who's getting this one now? I mean, this stock is just nuts, Palantir, guys. I have no idea. I mean, I'm not trying to hold anything on this. This is just Rip City here, north side. Again, we pick it up at 22.22, and yeah, we're not gonna, oops, I keep putting 1,000 shares out. I don't want to get out of that many. Let's just keep going to the high side now. Palantir ripping, XPEV still in the money, and I do like PayPal through 201 again. What's up, Beef?
We were talking about the airlines, guys. Very strong in the pre-market. This one kind of leading the way right now. Just about to make a day high here. Spirit actually did make a day high there. 5.5% for save.
Ciao, XPEV. Let's go, baby. Let's go. We have the options on this one. We've got the puts on XPEV today, down 8%. We put those puts on yesterday. We're going to check back on, see what they're doing right now. But this is a nice $4 winner, taking off the open, man. Big time trading today. We're crushing this market, guys. And it's just going to continue. I've only had 4 trades on Palantir, PayPal, SPI, and XPEV. And this XPEV one, that's Palantir. Let's go. I meant to show you guys XPEV. Here we go. XPEV 66 and change. The bottom 63. If we can get that again, man, hells to the yeah. I think we can, man. Let's wait to see if it breaks 63 one more time. But we have XPEV on right now, $4 in the money, guys.
And got this sundial just to let you guys know. I'll keep updating you on this position. 41s were great. We rolled into a short at 33s an average price. Just got some out at 31s and just got some out at 29. So this fall from 41 to 29 has been absolutely majestic is the only word I want to use. I do have some bids all the way down to the quarter mark. This closed at 24, and I wouldn't be surprised if I saw that price come back into play. Just noted DPW, a bit of a break it looks like. I thought this one was going to be done. But DPW just came back down towards this 9 even area off of a halt. So I was going to go long in front of this 820 and this 860 area, but this is way faster than I anticipated coming down here. I'm probably going to have to go with a tighter stop here, but just got into an 890 long that came in rather quickly on DPW.
All right, guys. Yeah, $5 now in the money here on XPEV. And again, like, I don't even have a target, man. Like, I'm thinking 63 breaks as well, but we're huge on this one. Let's just keep watching it fall down, man. 64, 65. Now I feel silly getting some out for $2 as we go now huge in the money on XPEV. It's just taking, guys. We're short $70 right now on this name. So what a big trade this has been, guys. Follow us on Twitter. Follow us everywhere. I don't even look. I just said, like, this stock was at 67, and I said, prod, we would beat a 63 in a minute, and there it is down to the downside, $63 coming into play right now on XPEV. Just a $7 winner. And yeah, you want some Superman plays. There it is again. Palantir blowing off the top there early. We still have that trade. And now it's a $7 winner here for XPEV. That's 10% right there. You want 10% return on a huge name? There it is right here, XPEV. But there's still more to go, guys. Or you can just take the profit right here. $65 if it breaks is not a horrible spot to get out of XPEV. But right now, I'm loving the action on this one. $7 in the money on XPEV, guys.
Yeah, I mean, there's a bit of a bounce happening in DPW. There's so much activity in today's trade. I mean, look, if you're not enjoying this, I don't even know what to say to you guys. DPW, it looks like after that halt, it's calming down a little bit. This is the chop area that I liked. Of course, if it breaks like 860, I'm going with a tighter stop here. I'll go ahead and just take this one out. We talked about the potential breaks in some of these names, and now they're starting to come back in just a little bit more heavily. I want to go to Blink just because I don't think we covered this, and apologies for not getting to Blink. This was down before the open already, down 10%, now down 20%. And Blink charging is absolutely cratering here. It's SSR, of course, they had the offering. I'm watching this, eyeballing this 29 area, but just to give you a look at the daily chart, I mean, there's obviously a heck of a lot of room to still go. It's trying to get through this support level here, this 27 to about 25. So this is an interesting $2 range. If it bounces off of that 25 price, I wouldn't be too shocked. But if it consolidates here, wow, the flush could really be on. You saw how parabolic some of these moves have come. There's certainly a lot more room to the downside. Tesla, I just tried to get some more, try to get back in front of that 540. It turned around on me at 537.
Let's see what happens here. The puts are in the money 30% right now from yesterday. What's up, Brendan?
Solo, guys, halted, downside. What a move this thing as well. 23% straight down. $10 down to $8. Just broke on the downside through $8 and halted downside for Solo, guys.
Sick trade. We're sipping some water there. It's been a big day, guys, today. XPEV, we still have that one on. The only other name that we're looking at right now, I'm looking at PayPal still. I like a breakthrough. We have to maybe adjust it. It was going to go through here. $200.25 or so was going to be the break on this, but you can see PayPal continues to fall down. Look at the market, man. We're cracking a little bit. Palantir, good fill there. Like I just said, those XPEV guys, I tweeted out yesterday we got some puts on this name. We're 30% in the money on these right already after one day, which I guess is okay for puts, but I'm giving you guys hopefully a lot of action right here. What's up, B?
We didn't even get to some of the earnings plays in the pre-market there, guys. This was one of them. Best Buy trying to hold 114 here. Another volume spike just came in on the second test of 114, so big area on the daily chart. Earnings were actually good, but it was the holiday forecast that they didn't even provide, so Best Buy pretty weak today as well.
Yeah, and I mean, weakness is definitely the name of the game. I mean, the only thing that was that's holding up in this market is the airlines, and just watching American Airlines making a push towards its high of day at 1440 in this market. Is there something trying to break out? I mean, a little bit shocking to me, but we've seen people are traveling anyways, despite all the cases. So 1440, big time level. As always, I see this test right at the open and a failure. I see a pre-market high. I'll take a shot shorting in front of it just because why not? It's one of those where you can risk only a few cents to try and make a little bit more than that. But if it breaks at 1440, if there's one thing that looks like it's going to stay relatively strong, at least for now, it's definitely these airlines. So if it breaks 40s, I'll reverse into a smaller long. But I like this short, just taking a shot here, risking only a few pennies on American Airlines. I just didn't think it was going to happen. It sold off at the open, turn around at 14 even. I would certainly take some profit off in front of that to try my hand for the first time in a little bit in the airline space. American Airlines short 37s.
Okay, we're going to get out 67. No, you know what? Actually, we don't have to get out of XPEV. We'll just hold it. The day's been so huge right now. We don't have to worry too much about getting out of it. I was going to get out at 67.25, which is one of these spots where we did take it out. I'm going to hold it back to 71. I mean, if it wants to go, it goes. We've already had this $4 or $5 in the money. We're just going to wait to see what it does the rest of the day here with XPEV. Square is well dropping. I want to buy all these names on weakness when the show's done, by the way. So down 3% today. Square, we'll look at that one. A little bit more, Brendan.
I mean, the entire group is just falling on its face, guys. Workhorse here as well, 11%. Just made a day low there, coming up to 25.50. This thing's gone a long way in about a week, from 21 to 31 yesterday. Coming back in a hurry for Workhorse as well, guys.
And just reverse into a quick long on American Airlines because 1440 did come and go. I'm also now monitoring AMC, another one of those plays. It's starting to come towards two levels, 445 here right at the actual top today, and then 475 if it breaks that. So the only thing that looks like going up, I mean, any of the high flyers seem to be pulling back. And you're seeing some of these, I guess, recovery plays, I guess, for lack of a better word, bouncing to the upside of the only things that look like they're going to be longs. AMC, for now, I'm going to be hunting a short at 475. American broke 40s. I got 45s long. It should have been 41.42. It's basically even money, but the only thing I can find that I like long.
Yeah, the only thing I like is right now is short XPEV, so we're going to wait on that one. I did adjust my PayPal. It's still up here though, man, 201.10. I'm just trying to trade it with VWAP, man. We didn't call it right the first time, so we'll give it a little bit more space here to go. That is going to be VWAP right now on PayPal, and we're still just hovering around watching out for XPEV. What up, B?
Yeah, I just saw somebody mention this one in the chat. There's 7.5%-ish still for DPW, but halted for the second time now, downside, after testing up to 11. We're all the way to 750 for DPW, guys.
Yeah, these are some ridiculous retracements in, guys. Just going to go over to American. It is sort of continuing this like a little mini push to the upside. Now, you know, given the nature of this stock, I'll always take scalp trades. For first quarter out like a 10 penny, but it's a 14.50 break as well. So going to hang on. Again, I just don't really find anything else I like to the long side, but there is a bit of a double top here, at least if you look on the daily chart. This ever gets to like this 15-20 price, you definitely got to be thinking out and try my hand at a short. Next level up for me is going to be when it gets to 14.75. Takes them off at that quarter, takes them off in front of 15 even, if we even get that far. Wowzers. I mean, this is a crazy, crazy market. And the party just keeps on going. I mean, it is what it is. There were some fantastic breakouts. I didn't think I'd be breaking long in the airlines. It did happen anyways. I will come right back over to update you guys on what's happening over in Sundial. I just take a few more shares here around 30. Every time it consolidates or pops, I'm looking to short this name and then continue to ride this hopefully down towards 24. All of these gappers, these runners just seem to be coming back in. And here comes 60s through on American Airlines, so that break already working out rather nicely.
Yeah, okay, so we're out of everything now. Palantir drops, we get out. I mean, Palantir, a big profitable stock for us today. My biggest, though, by far, obviously, is XPEV. We've only lost on PayPal so far today, guys, so we're going to watch out for that one. Coming to the upside now, though. And Bitcoin's trying, but not really doing much here today as we trade a little bit. You know, GBTC is one name that we could trade. I just went long right now. I don't know, it's holding this 83, so we'll see. But right now, Bitcoin approaching 19.4 right now, and XPEV approaching downside here, guys. Needless to say, look at XPEV, now $5-6 in the money. We are short at 70, so we're waiting to see what this one can do. I still think a lot lower, though.
Yeah, and just coming back to that, wow, I mean, some of these are pulling back rather hard. This SPI is already back at this pre-market bottom here, and I talked about it at 7 o'clock, some interesting things happening. This is where it turned around and started running. Right here, like 12.15 or so. Not the time, of course, the price. Is there even a bounce through 12 on SPI? If there's going to be one, you got to feel like maybe there's going to be a defense down here. So this is now on alert for a potential dip buy. But man, these fall-offs are huge to the downside. I'm going to be looking for a pullback on American Airlines. If I can catch it maybe back at that 1440, I might actually buy the dip as well. Brendan, what's up?
Another one, very, very volatile. If you remember last week, we were talking about nano dimensions, guys jumping into the EV space on the 3D printing side of things. So a big fall here from 550 for NNDM down to 460. We're trying to bounce back to 5 for this one, but another one very volatile as well.
All right, let's check out Boeing. Boeing's been moving out well as well. I just put this into my account as well today. At 218 and change was Boeing going in there today. I like Boeing for the long. I also love GE for a long. Oh, we missed it. My order went in at 1050 there, and I guess it opened up above 1050. So my bid is in here on Boeing, on GE at 1050, and we are long now Boeing into our accounts as well. So we like these names right now. But yeah, the market right here rocking and rolling to the high side today, guys. Some of the EV space. NASDAQ looking to get back to positive right now. I think we got to try to find some longs in here somewhere. That's why we're waiting for PayPal. I still like that one. We've talked about why we like PayPal here to the long side. Let me call it up. 201 and change. We're going to go start hitting into that long, guys. We're going to wait for PayPal to go.
Yeah, just to get back to one other name, it looked like I was going to get a shot maybe at a bit of a bounce on AMC. It is trying desperately to get back to the upside and failing. So I don't know that we're going to get that test at the high of the day. Going to have to stick back to American. I do have a bid in to try and catch a bit of a dip buy on American Airlines, but if it goes up, it goes up. We got the 45 long. Over to ACB here. It's consolidating off the low. It looks like it might be making a charge to the upside. Now, I'm shorting in Sundial. If I do take a long, it's likely to be in like in a Tilray or an ACB, and you'll watch this through $9. It might be able to get some juice above that price, but it's got to break it for me to like this. I'm not going to be going long in front of the bottom here. Bottom picking today. I don't know if I'm in love with that play, to be honest with you guys. So looking at 9 even here on ACB. Also looking to see if I can't add to my short in Sundial. That one. It's basically been working all morning long, and I can see zero reason to get away from it, at least for now.
That's the thing. If things are working, guys, stick with. That's good advice, and obviously solid there. Trade from Neil on SNDL. I'm staying stick with, and I'm looking at XPEV here, and I'm wondering if we'd stop sticking with right now, based on my own advice. Because look, it's had some problems at 63. We've cracked that once, and we looked at it, but since then we haven't done much with it. What's up, Brendan?
Energy names are higher in the pre-market, guys, but coming off as well. You can see Oxy here, 5.5% still, but big flush there from 17 down to almost 1650. Trying to bounce a little bit here, but big volume in the energy space today as well, guys.
The first bid here, well, I shouldn't say the first bid, but an actual bid here, 525 in Tesla, back up to this 538. Now, I tried to catch this rollover here at 37. This time it feels like is the third time really going to be a charm? How many times are you going to take it? Now, obviously, I don't like this nearly as much as the bungled short I had or this rollover, but I will try my hand off of this 538. If we're going to continue to head southbound, it is what it is. I have bungled a short in Tesla despite having a plan of action. I did not follow it. And I think that's one of the things. You can like the direction, but you've got to follow your plan of action. I did not do that. I'm going to go with this around a 538 stop here, but I just got 36 is short, so I'll risk a couple of bucks. See if it can't come in. Give me some 530s. Maybe make a few bucks there, and then scalp it all the way down towards the bottom. But either way, this is not the original plan in Tesla. This is like this secondary push here up to this 536, 538 area. I'll try the rollover on Tesla, but again, you got to stick to your plan. I'm going to give this only a couple bucks.
Yep, good one there. And yeah, I mean, we can't say that enough, guys. If you don't have a plan, then you might as well not be trading, because having the plan is what it's all about. And you got to be able to watch out for your trades. I'm looking at 68 here on XPEV. I don't want to drop it, but if you guys are on it, we've already talked about 67.30 as a good spot. There was some spots up here at 66 and change. So I don't know. If you have a lot invested in this short right now, we've already cashed out. We're already monstrous on this stock. We are holding 20%. Oh, I didn't see this. I want to say thank you so much for the monkey shiner there, guys. Monster Days, F-Tech, I mean, good. All of these names just keep on running and ripping for everybody, or tanking, depending on which day you are. But thank you so much for that $50 contribution. If you guys are making those trades and you want to, contribute as well, that'd be fantastic. The show just keeps on rocking and rolling. We're not going anywhere, not in this market, that's for sure. But we do have Friday. We do have Thursday off, Black Friday. We're talking about that with Randy. We do have Thursday off. Where's that YouTube plaque, Randy? Here it is again. Thank you so much. Again, guys, we're not going to show this too much, but there it is. You can see Trader TV Live. It's hard to see with the light. There it is. Trader TV Live from YouTube. There's the 100,000. So thank you so much. We'll rub it for good luck. Thank you so much, Randy. And I want to give a big thanks to all of our viewers. Without you guys, obviously, we wouldn't be having any subscribers. So thank you so much. Hopefully, we can just keep putting on good quality show for you. And that's what we're going to do.
Exactly. That's what it's all about for us, guys. Like I said, I did get into this Tesla. I actually tried to add one time here, but it never gave me the opportunity. I'm not even sure I should be doing that, because I should stick with just a couple of lots. And the bigger trade was failing off of 545 at the open. If we can get down towards like 32, 33, and I can get half of this out and just take $2.5, maybe $3.50, and then work it maybe even a little bit lower, I'll just go ahead and take that. We'll get you guys back to American Airlines. And it still hasn't broken up towards that 1475, but it also didn't give me the pullback to be able to get back into some more shares here. So the first dip stalled at 45. I was bidding a couple of pennies lower than that. Anytime that happens, I'll basically just go ahead and sort of cancel that order, because I don't want to catch it when it makes a retracement to this level here and then breaks even lower, and then I'm going long more shares. That makes no sense to me. So I'll go away from this dip buy, at least for now, in American Airlines. It's the only thing that I like to the long side. I still can't find anything that I'm in love with. I mean, maybe this is the day you just sort of add to like Apple or something. Brendan, what's up?
Digital Ally, former fan favorite and high flyer, just double checking on the date. I think it was actually this morning. They reported earnings. So earnings for DGLY up 8% today. Big volume spike came in there as we made a day high for DGLY. Guys.
Yeah, some of these stocks are just nuts here. We're continuing to watch XPEV, and again, I don't really have. Thank you, Miss V. Always appreciate it with a nice warm coffee. As I don't know, Randy, you got to figure out what's going on with the HVAC in this place. Sometimes it's nice and sometimes it's not. So we'll take a quick sip here, and we're just watching our XPEV continue to go to the downside. I am watching PayPal here. 201 is going to be my go spot. So that's when it's lights up here for PayPal. Very, very soon, guys. 201 breaking VWAP. We're going to go long again, and we're going to make this back and go. Hopefully go 4 for 4 for you guys.
P. Del Toro, I don't short every stock that people are long in, but here's what I will say. Ultimately, I'm going to short things that are in play and that are breaking to the upside. So if you're holding something long that I'm looking to short, it means you're in the money, in my opinion. But this DPW, wow. I tried the bounce play here when it tried to hold this level, which is the reverse of what I normally do. I'd be looking for shorts, but it just came back so hard at 880. I gave it like 30 cents instead of giving it down to 825, and it's all the way back at the absolute lows. I mean, 725. Ran to $11 and now back all the way to pre-market bottoms. These are some ridiculous sell-offs that are coming here. I might have gotten a little bit greedy. Someone wanted me to look a gift horse in the mouth. I think I did it. On Tesla, I could have scalped something off here for a couple of bucks. Instead, I said 2.5 to 3. That could be my mistake. We'll see what happens if it holds 538. But possibly catching a bid is Tesla. Still in money, only about 10 cents in American Airlines. It still looks like it's trying to make a move to the upside. It looks like one of the stronger names here, but the market holding just very slightly negative, and it seems like the recovery names the only things that are catching a bounce, although Tesla is making its move right now.
Yeah, I just got that note there from Brendan that CGC now, yes, and more yeses. The account ripping up here, guys, today. Another 10% for CGC today. We talked about it taking out highs, why we liked CGC better than ACB. So anyways, it's already up and away. I got to phone my pops, who didn't want to get involved, but he is, and now he's loving the marijuana space. So what up, Dad? I hope everything's going well with you there, and I'll call you after the show. But what about ACB right now? NY right now going upside. What is this up? 28%. So it's trying to break out as well. I can't even remember the levels we gave to you guys in the pre-market. And I don't love this name, so I'm not going to go crazy for it. But $9.50 is a good spot. We will put an order to go long right now on cannabis, and that'll be ACB right there. Tilray's another name. I love TrueLeave. I'm already in TrueLeave on the Canadian side of things. Very, very low. That one's worked out well. Come on, Tilray. Let's get the chart up here just to see what Tilray's doing today. Up 20 and now fading back in. This is just too choppy, man. This is not, honestly, this is why I stay away, Neil, from some of the cannabis names. They look great, but then they can get choppy like this, and then I just get wicked out. So they're not my favorite to trade, guys.
Yeah, and of course I'm going to lose on Tesla when it breaks to the upside, but the pop in the market, at least good for this American Airlines breakout. I said I would take some out in front of 14.75. I never got the dip buy, guys, so still 45s long. Just took some out, up here right at like 68. So the break is on. 15 is the next target, of course, in American, as I said earlier. It's already 10 o'clock, and that feels like it happened rather fast. Brendan's at the big screen for Happening Now.
Yeah, lots to look at so far this morning, just like that. 30 minutes in the books. Let's have a look at North American markets. Nicely positive here, top to bottom once again today. The S&P 0.8%. You can see the Dow is leading, 1.18% for the Dow. The NASDAQ only just hanging on to positive territory here for tech stocks. The Russell 0.85%. Russell, huge day yesterday. Continuation move again today. The TSX here in Toronto, about a percent down in Brazil to the upside as well for the BOVESPA. Few things from the watch list, guys. Grab the watch list if you haven't already. Absolutely free for you. Valeria will help you out in the chat. Ideanomics 41% still, but tried to test $4 here again on this last little pop to the upside, and looks to be having trouble with that, trying to curl over back downside. Best Buy, we talked about. Earnings were good. They did not provide a holiday forecast. That resulted in the gap to the downside right at day lows here for Best Buy at the moment. We'll shift over one more time to Dollar Tree, another one that had earnings, blowout earnings for DLTR. 109, the top here, 109.5 actually, that top. About to be taken off, I feel, for DLTR. Guys.
All right, we're into PayPal now. PayPal finally goes to the upside, so 201.25. Unfortunately, we got in. Like, again, the spread must just open up. Like, I don't even know how we paid 25. Oops, come on. Like,
spreads are a little interesting this morning.
Yeah, they're a little bit interesting. They're like, now it's 10 cents, but that's okay. So we actually got, we got 201.25s. I'm in this for the long run, guys, so let's see if it can go. I mean, I might not be in it for the long run if it cracks down below, but we will wait to see here as we do have PayPal, and I do want to take this one for a little bit of a risk. We'll give it about $1 down to 225 cents. So we'll give this one a little bit of a run here. That's PayPal. We're in it, and we're in it with a decent amount of shares, a little lighter than we were on this average in, but we'll see, man. I went back to the well on the only negative stock that we have, but I like PayPal's story, so I'm going to keep with it. We're going to give it back, again, just another 200 break. If it does that, what is that, 199.88? So we'll wait to go back down to that level right there, 199, let's call it 199.85.
So continuing, I mean, the long I got, of course, American Airlines, but I talked about AMC here, making a push towards 475. You're seeing some of these recovery plays. Guys, yeah, Albert, I already stopped shorting Tesla. The play was at the open for me. And ultimately, part of my mistake is that I did miss the trade that I really wanted. And I forced one trade. The other trade, I think, was fine taking the hit. It is what it is. So you got to make sure. It's something I'll review going into the afternoon, but not for now. Right now, I'm eyeballing this AMC. I didn't think we'd get here so quickly, but we're pressing towards that 450 mark. I think we can get a turn. Hopefully, this is a 475. I want to be shorting it only at that price or in front of it if it does try to roll over. American Airlines is having some trouble around this 1470 to 1475. It's getting some consolidation. I'm going to throw a trailing stop in just so if it gets back below 1450, I'm locking in profits on the rest of this position. But I still want to see if it can't run to 15. Brennan, what's up, bud?
Another crazy mover for you guys. Corsair Gaming, CRSR, a little bit thinly traded. Volume not the highest, but coming up to a big number here. This is $50 up here. We're about to test right now for this thing. Recent IPO, if you go back to, what was it, September, this thing IPO'd at $15. It's at 50. So there's that.
All about Corsair. That's CRSR, nut stock. And what was it an upgrade there, Brendan? Sorry, I missed. Okay, even better. Okay, CRSR there over on the NASDAQ. Yeah, the maker, I believe it's like Logitech. They make PC equipment, I believe, anyways. That's Corsair. Yeah, big move upside from $50 right here. So we'll wait to see, man. That's a big level. You said this was all-time highs? Okay, my chart's not loading, but we'll take that for obvious. And we'll see about breaking through 50, guys. Corsair.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, there's a lot to watch today. One of the things you're probably going to want to have done, and you hit this a little bit early because it makes sense, narrow down your list. And this, I feel like sometimes we get lucky with what we release on a given day, but we'll have a watch list. You see us go through it. I had so many names written down that looked like they were going to be interesting to me, but try to narrow down that trading so you can focus on which ones are the best. I think it's a very, very timely video, so we might have hit it out of the park with the timing for that particular name. That 1475 on American Airlines, it's come. Here is the offer. I already took some out in front of it, so there's really nothing for me to do here. Just see if there's a bit of a battle that just gets won by the bull. So if it gets anywhere close to that 15 mark, I got a couple of legs I'll take off. I'll be flat if it's breaking 15. I was hunting for a bit of a push and then a turnaround at this 15, sort of 20-ish mark on the daily chart. So I'll be all out if we can get like a 50-cent move on American Airlines, then looking for a short off of that 15-20 area. So likely mid-80s and then somewhere in the 90s, I'll be covering the rest of my American Airlines positions, guys.
All right, guys, yeah, and we're looking, I mean, PayPal falling down just a bit here as well, so we're going to wait to see if we can get out of that one, but I still have the same target. I mean, it's not even falling, man, it's just a spread, so we got to watch out here for the PayPal spread and watch it breaking through. I already give you the target, 188 and change, so we're going to see if we can hold this one a little bit longer than we did the last one. That last one was just like a huge move down. We're actually already in this a bit longer than we were before. It goes into the money for us, 25 cents. I wish I would have saw that. I would have took some out. For sure, because I think we got to play around with the 50s, and if we can get up to 202, that'd be fantastic, and we'll take some money off at that point as well. But right now, PayPal, we're just trying to watch that and see what it wants to do, but I do like PayPal right here, guys. I'm happy with this position. Let's get some out if it goes back to 50 one more time.
You guys
and there goes
like
Neo, actually, Neo.
Eh?
I meant to tell the guys this one. We're into Neo now for the first time, so a nice little move to the upside, 54.05. It rips into the money for us, but we don't get out, so let's wait to see how high. There it goes, into the 20s, into the 30s, into the 40s. Neo, boom, a nice little win for us on this one as well, guys. Neo for the win.
Well, it was already sort of back to negative and now teetering on positive territory. It's going to be Fisker. Now, this is a name that I kind of like. I mean, to be honest with you, no, I do like it. I've probably mentioned this at least once on the show. But you get a crazy, crazy move from 17 all the way 10% retracement here. It's making some consolidation at the bottom. If I got to pick something and the market's starting to run up here, I'm going to take my shot here with Fisker. You can take a 16 break, but I just want this consolidation right here, right now. As I'm seeing Tesla try to bounce to the upside, Neo just punched up here, and Fisker's trying to get back positive. Brennan, what's up?
No individual news on this one, but Tilray just popping up 20.5% for Tilray through $8 here. It's struggling a little bit at $8, but this high up here from the pre-market, $8.35, one we haven't looked at. TLRY also moving, guys.
Man, we are just like, I don't even know what to tell you guys. We're just punching everything, man. Zero LFT, PayPal ripping to the high side right now. Out, like, it's at 201.90 here. We talked about that. I have my orders at 93, so we're going to get out a little bit more. And bang, there's another 70 cents on that one. So, yeah, we're smiling all day here, guys. XPEV's come back, but look at NEO. We take way more shares on NEO, 54 long, breaking through VWAP. Now we have a 40-cent win. We have a $3 win on XPEV. We have a 55-cent win on PayPal. Was just 75. We just took it out. And then Neo 40, man. This day, Neil and Brendan and Valeria and Rob and Randy and Lucas and everything. What a crazy day this has been, guys. Look at the ES. Look at the NASDAQ. We're going nuts.
Yeah, I mean, we just cracked, we're almost a 1% up on the ES. I'm just looking over the NASDAQ, trailing just a little bit, but I think we understand that some of the tech names have been lagging. American, not quite at my target, but it's getting very close. But I got to go back to this DPW. Catching what I'll call a bit of a bounce, given the move that it's already had. But you see this halt price, this is 916. I usually like shorting off these levels. 916 to 930 was a halt after the open. It's trying to test back up here. I'm going to take my shot here with a 930 stop. If it rolls over, I think there's just so much potential room to come back in, and I do have an area that I like, at least an out. If you're going to be shorting when some of these moves are being made and they're crazy to say the least. You've seen many of these ridiculous parabolic moves up and down several times in each of these stocks. You got to have a level to get out. I think I've got one. That's why I'm going to try and take a turn if there is one on DPW.
Drink, thanks. This is good, man. Every time parabolic drinks.
Did I say?
It's
I
like a
didn't say
reminder from
Did I?
Mr. Wheelie Man there. But that's a good one. We got to stay healthy and keep on drinking, guys. And talk about staying healthy. Like, look at this NEO trade through 54, man. We take the shares, and now it's Rip City on electric vehicles to the high side. What we make on NEO, obviously, bang, bang, bang. We just keep on going upside. Check out PayPal, booming this one to the upside as well, 201.25. Our best out's 93 there. We'll see if we can't go to the high side on this one. But look what we have on, man. NEO's 65 cents in the money. Just took some out at 80 there off 54. That's an 80-cent win. PayPal's there. And XPEV's still battling around, but not really great at this point. Only down $2 in the money. We're going to give this one all the way back here to where we got short. Blow this one. It's still my number one stock, but NEO should have taken that over. I got out too many there once we broke view up in the 30s, but what a great trade that was, man. Today's just a monster day, man. It's the Cup City. It's not the Stanley Cup, but it's the Bitcoin Cup. We'll call it that for now. We'll figure out what we're going to do after that. But Bitcoin nearing 19.4. Brendan at the big screen. Wow, Target got upgraded? I didn't realize that. What up?
Hey guys, let's get you a few more symbols to have a look at. We'll see, Target on this side today, along with the other one you were talking about, GE, Sean, also with an upgrade today, 6% to the upside. Chubb here, Wells Fargo as well, having a nice day to say the least, along with some of the other banks as well. To the downside, Ulta Beauty really the only one that stood out there as far as opportunities are concerned. Let's have a look at this is Tilray. That's not the one that I wanted to have up there. We'll have a look at Ulta instead. We did gap down here, but just straight higher through 280. You could have had a look at the close yesterday, which is 282 as well, up to 286. Looking like we might want to test higher for Ulta Beauty as well. Guys, back to you.
We'll go yeehaw because I haven't done it. Oh, I always do this. You guys are like, don't hit it when this thing is up. But DPW, quick little scalp trade. We talked about, very, very quickly talked about this halt price, 915, and then the top after the halt, 930. Short in front of it, got myself 898, I mean, basically 9 even was the plan. I did scalp some out for about that 25-cent mark, so down here at 77s, about 20 pennies or so. If it breaks this 875, I will take some out in front of 850. I'll take some out in front of 8.25. I do think it'll probably try to bounce at least about $1 lower than this, so that's the plan of action on DPW. I'm only really risking about 30 cents plus slippage, so I like the price targets that we have on here. To go back over to American Airlines, it's now starting to roll over, and yeah, I talked about getting some out when it got into the mid-80s. I missed this turn here. I was sort of sitting at 84 when it turned around at 83, so that's going to happen to you sometimes. If it comes back up, it's that 75 mark, I'll probably just take some out there, see if it can't continue its run towards 15, even when then I'm then looking for shorts around that level on the daily chart that we were talking about earlier. 15, 20 or so, a bit of a double top here, as you can see, once in November, another time back in August. So that's what I'll be watching on American Airlines, already starting to make a little bit of a turn back to the downside.
Okay, just posting up the NEO trade there. That was a very, very nice one. We are less than 10% in on this, man. What a great out that was, 54.40 there on that break. We're going to give it all the way to 53.30 now that we only have 10% left. So did I say 53.30 or did I say 60? Anyways, it's going to be in this area right here where we're going to drop them, hopefully, off to the bank when we go. Okay, PayPal still making moves, man. You see where we're long, 201.25. It's still a negative stock. This move down here, 202, then 201, and out 199. So that's like a $2 hit on those shares. So celebrating a win now, upside on PayPal is going to be what it is. I don't have a problem telling you, still negative on the stock, and I'm just celebrating the fact that we put on decent shares and made back some of the money. I mean, we are now at the high of the day for us. So we did take that NEO, and what a great trade that was, man. Breaking through 54, we tweeted that out. So follow us all on Twitter at TraderTV, Sean, Neil, Brendan, Valeria. No, Valeria's running the main account there. PayPal moving up. XPEV all the way back down, man. We were very, very patient. We told you we'd get him back to 71 and change. So that's up here. It comes all the way back and now rips down. Palantir. Palantir is actually my second biggest stock, even after NEO. What a great call this was, going long on the secondary break. Shout out to Greg. Send me a message giving me the props for that play. That was a good one. What up, B?
Just checking on Dick's Sporting Goods, guys. Another one that reported earnings. It looks like they had a CEO change as well. So the call might still be going on. Going to double check on that. But earnings were kind of in line to not so good on the forecast side. But you can see this big spike from 58 all the way to 60 here. That was on the CEO swapping news that just came out. So a big move up here for DKS, guys.
Just continuing the rollover on DTTW, it just tried to test back towards 9 even. I can tell you it didn't even get anywhere close to it. Now starting its rollover. I just got some shares out in front of 50 like I said I would, so we'll go with some Mortal Kombat action here. Ignore this wick. I basically got the top of this move at 9. I know it got to like 9.10. It did not trade up here to 10.40. That's ridiculous, of course. Like I said, 8.25 and then down towards about, I'd say like 7.75 would be the ultimate target on that name. So going at least according to plan. Fisker, on the other hand, oh, come on, where's the bottom? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see if I got it on here. It did wick down to 15.60. That is actually real. It's trying to put in a higher low here at 15.75. That's where I added to my position. It's 84s down to 60 over 25 cents plus slippage. Once it breaks 16 even, I can start thinking about taking profit on the way up to VWAP here. So Fisker long, American Airlines long. DPW still got that SNDL short, which is, I'm short at like 33 cents. It's basically at 33, 35, 36 is the key level there. I want to come over to Fuel Cell. I haven't mentioned it yet this morning. It just made a bit of a bounce. There we go. I'm just going to show you the 1-minute chart going into yesterday. Just made a bit of a bounce off of this 860 in the open, and you can see the bit of a level that was in the afternoon. It's making another retest at this bottom. I mean, if this takes out this 850 to 860 area, Fuel Cell could really get going to the downside. I mean, some of these moves have already gone crazy. So it feels like, is it likely that it's going to put in more than a $3 retracement and continue falling? From what I've seen, certainly seems possible.
Hey man, wow. I'm just looking at all these names here in my long-term account. It's just a monster day here, as we are along some weed names as well. So that just keeps on rocking and rolling. And you know what's the best is, NEO's going down, so I'm losing on this. It doesn't matter. It's irrelevant. What I was saying was, as this goes down, the stock goes down. XPEV also Tank City as well right now. So my XPEV share is actually working for me more than my NEO shares. So it's kind of like a little bit of a funny hedge that we have on here, but that's why we scalped out like a madman there for that 80 cents. And that's what we do, man. I can't, we talked about being disciplined, and I consider myself extremely disciplined trader. So we take the profits when they're there, man. And that's exactly what we did. That's why we only have a certain amount of XPEV left. 20% left. We were very, very disciplined, taking that $2 in about 5 seconds, and then taking $3 and then $4 eventually. That's only $3.50 on the bottom path, and that's where it is right now. And then look at this, guys. There goes PayPal. We're now making it back, so we're going to hit the little bit of a jumping back spot there, and now we'll put our order out, and hopefully we get hit right here. We're in the money $1 right now on PayPal. So yeah, about losing on PayPal, yeah, we did seek revenge, and boom, there it comes out, another $1 winner there. Brendan, it's a big day on this side, bud.
Absolutely. Big day across the board. I think what a opportunity in the market today. This one as well. Tour on the NASDAQ, 25% to the upside. This is a Chinese-based online travel company. Broke $3 in the pre-market, but back below it here. But coming back up on a volume spike here for Tour on the NASDAQ, guys.
Okay.
Oh man, that looks like an interesting. I mean, just looking at that chart, it looks spicy to me, and I kind of like it. I got to go back over to just to reiterate here. I do still have a plan of action, and I said 775 on DPW, but I am going to try and hold at least some down towards this pre-market low at 750. So a bit of a change in plan. I'm not going to get it all out at 775. If I can get a buck, obviously I'll go ahead and take some. That actually be more than $1 on that trade if I get 775. But I want to see if I can hold some through that bottom. IDX, IDnomics, Here's an interesting consolidation. Obviously, there was a great breakout, so hopefully you guys caught that. I took out 450s on a 4 break. It got to 475, but who cares? It was such a great trade anyways. Now it's looking like it might try to break this 365. Definitely going to like any pop and shorting in front of 4 even, which was the breakout price. But for first things first, let's see what happens. 365 has a bit of a bid. I'll take a shot shorting it. I like 4 better, so maybe size accordingly. But 365 looks like it's going to be the first leg to fall here.
Oh, man, yeah, we just got hit there on Bitcoin going above there. We went long and just got smoked on that one. So we go negative again on Bitcoin, so we're negative on GBTC. PayPal, though, look at this one. Hallelujah. So there it is, guys. We're slaying this dragon. We told you that we'd be back on PayPal. Look what's happening right now, guys. We're long at 201.25. It's at 202.75. So here we go on I was going to say on Bitcoin, on PayPal, $1.45 in the money. We told you that we'd have a banger back on this one, and there it is right now. PayPal rate huge to the upside. What a great trade this has been. We waited for that. I told you that we were going to wait for PayPal, and there it comes. What a great trade that was. PayPal to the upside, baby. Let's just keep it going. What a great. I'm so happy that we're able to catch that to the long, and hopefully you guys had that one with me.
Yeah, and just going to come back to it. Like, I did get an IDX here, guys, so you did have this, like, a 365 break. I like 4 even better, but this break of consolidation, if it tests down to pre-market, triple bottom, this little level here, 335, I'll definitely be scalping this one out. You can see I'm already trying to take profit for, like, 5, 10, 15 on the way down. I think 330 is its own level. You can play that accordingly. I got to go quickly back over to American Airlines just because it bounced off a view up here, and again, this is probably I'm not gonna hit the fail because a winning trade's a winning trade, but certainly had a chance to pick some up on this VWAP bounce. It's still trending to the upside. The market is holding rather nicely, I should say at least, so it's not a horrible idea to have bought that little dip. Either way, I didn't do it, so it is what it is. We're just holding our 1445s. DPW, it looks like we're gonna, at first, it's gonna have to make another break of this 8 even area. Now, it did just take it out. So you can see here on the chart, it broke 8 even, got down to like 788. I was looking at 75s, right back to 8, and there was a bit of an iceberg order there. So, you know, if I see something like that, it's hard for me not to try to take some out on the front end of 8 even. It just feels like it's going to be the play. So if it gets back down towards that 8 even mark, I'll take at least a little bit out and then hold the rest for a break of that price, guys. So it is what it is. I still can get a couple legs out here. It's going to be like an 80 cent win on these shares, and I wanted about $1.20. But if I see a failed breakdown at 8 even, then a bit of an iceberg, definitely will take profit in front of it. When you're getting, 10% moves after 2 halts, I mean, I don't know what to say about these stocks. Like, there's so much volatility today. You got to take some of these profits when they're staring you in the face. 10:20 already. Wow. Small cap recap. Let's go to Brennan.
Hey guys, yeah, let's talk small cap world. We mentioned a few of these in the pre-market. If you joined us at 9 o'clock, this was not one of those, but a little one, BRQS, that was popping up all the way to previous levels. If you go back on the daily chart, we were up around this $192 area. Even 180 was a great test, depending on where you saw this. I got to this a little bit late in the pre-market, but 160 here was a little consolidation. If you go back in time, there's also all kinds of resistance about 2 months ago around this 160 to 175 area. You can see a tight consolidation, broke down from that. 150 gave you an opportunity. We're down to 110, about to make new lows on BRQS. Not in the renewable energy space. Solo here, wow, this was just an absolutely crazy trade. $10 ended up being a little bit of support initially. There was 1030. If you go back to yesterday afternoon, 1030 was obvious resistance from yesterday afternoon. So I was kind of hoping for a little bit of a push into that level. I'll give you an opportunity to add more, but this thing just couldn't get out of its own way, ended up halting, as we said, opened lower down there at 740. We're trying to get back higher here for Solo, but a huge move to the downside on some of these EV names. Ideanomics, I put a VWAP on here. It's a 3-minute chart just to show you what I was looking at. Every time it got back up to this 3-minute VWAP was rejected, 380. Now definitely a level. Bit of a slow mover, not really doing anything, but that's what I was looking at on IDEX. Guys.
Starting its bounce here is going to be Fisker making a bit of a push. He's trying to get through this like 16 area, and I talked about this. Once it breaks through, we'll start taking some profit, and again, just giving it towards that low. It is going to be positive on, 1597 is where it closed, so it's also a bit of a negative positive play. So you might see some stops, and I like to take advantage of if people have stops there at that 16. If they, if it breaks, I'll get some fills off of that towards that little upside play. I'm looking at the same thing. So no need to go over that IDEX. I am in that short. Brent already talked about that 380. I'm not going to hold it past there. If it rolls over in front of 380, it might actually add to my position. I like 4 as well. FCell making a push. It did try to break through that 850, but a bit of a failed break. So snap down, came right back in. Sometimes we do like that bit of a jailbreak, but if it can't get past VWAP, I'm probably going to stay on the bearish side of this name. So if it tests back up to like 20 or 30s, I'll probably be looking for a rollover short as opposed to a breakout long on fuel cell.
All right, guys. Yeah, we're just still trying to make some money here trading this Bitcoin, but it's not working out. But everything else is working out pretty nicely for us here, including PayPal. We just took some out on the high side there at 203. That was a great little get for us on that one. So we're really happy with the way that turned out. And XPEV still tagging to the bottom side right now as we await further confirmation of where that one's going to stop. I don't know. I mean, this is the thing about that play. Hold on, I'm just trying to get out of this one. We are looking at GBTC. It's just trading here at $24, and I can't see the liquidity is not fantastic here today, but we will get out of that one. XPEV still making moves back down to the bottom. Looks like we could break this. Oh, what I wanted to get to you was, and I got to phone my boy, Mr. Jeffrey, because he asked me, he said, oh, I was in trouble in Nikola back down at 18.19. I said, buy TFD, guys, and all the way down Nikola now up to $34. So this has been a big runner right here. If anybody's long Nikola, I am long Fisker off the SPAC. It was SPAC, but off the SPAC flip over to FSR. And my price I checked yesterday is right here. It's like 15 and change. So I'm hoping Fisker is the next one to blow, Brendan.
I was actually just going to mention that. Yeah, Nikola showing all kinds of relative strength today at highs, as you just saw. This one we talked about earlier, SBE, switchback back to the downside through 38 there on another volume spike. But I mean, this thing was down at 32, 34 yesterday, so a long way to go still, up 10% again for switchback, guys.
Easy on the jinx. I mean, Fisker just turned, it was about to break 16, and then it just sort of turned around there. Look, it is what it is, guys. You know, whatever. I mean, if it holds the low here, I think it's got a nice little run. It's that bottom that has to hold. It's already put in a higher low. I just want to come back to another sort of, I guess, COVID-related name. It has been, at least in the past, and that's going to be Smile Direct. I was just watching that hard bottom that I put in. Of course, Daily Trade had a little trouble there loading up. But it did have this nice little sort of pullback, and I like this test at like 12.25. Yesterday, of course, had a bit of a breakout through this price, now holding. So watching 12.25 is a bit of a level on Smile Direct if it can get there. I'm just looking for potential plays for some breakouts. I mean, I know I have the Fisker long in American Airlines, but I'm looking for some other things that might break to the upside at some key prices, so it's not just mostly short that it's been on this morning. I will go back. I don't have to go over Sundial for you guys again because it's just chopping sideways, and it feels like that one's going to be a good one if it rolls over. Tesla, on the other hand, I talked about my two shorts here, very tight one here, and then maybe a little bit bigger of a loss on that short. The call was good. The initial play, which is shorting off of the 545 at the open, was definitely good. Now we're coming right back into this 545 price. With the market trying to hold positive on the NASDAQ and still up 1% on the ES, you start to think about where could there be a break in one of the bigger names, Tesla 545. So we're going to be watching that level. Of course, I was talking short before. Going to be looking for a potential break on Tesla through that 545 price. American Airlines is continuing to come a little bit back on me here, guys. So I said if it got to around that mid-70s, I would take profit out this time after missing it in the 80s. Got to stick to that plan, stay at least a little bit disciplined here. I know obviously I missed a shot to get 10 pennies better, but it is what it is. It bounced all the way at VWAP. If it comes back down here, I want the opportunity to make a decision on whether I want to add or not. So that's what I'm going to do. Just took some off in the 70s. It was a great break at 1440. Couldn't find too many other things to go long in, but obviously the airlines are looking rather strong today.
Man, I mean, yesterday I made the call. Follow me on Twitter, by the way. I just put it on the chat there. We made the call of GE to 10. I mean, my bid is at 10.50 and missed it off the open. I just saw my account did not get filled. 10.85 though, looking here for GE. I do like that break. That's for sure. We can check back on CGC. XPEV, I mean, I'm still holding this. You're going to see this in the account. Oh yeah, and by the way, how's this trade, guys? 201.20. This is now $2.50 in the money, and we make it back. So we told you that we were going to be patient with PayPal. Unfortunately, this did happen to us, and we got out on a 200 break. Didn't want to hold it much more, but here we go, guys. $3 now. So I have two $3 winners on right now. I mean, this is $4 right here in XPEV, and this is $2.50 right now on PayPal. So average them out to $4, I guess. 204 is the high of the day on PayPal. I wanted this to slow down so I could get some more in my longer term account, but that doesn't look like that's going to happen. So PayPal right now ripping to the moon. Let's check out AMD as well. Some of these NASDAQ stocks looking to crack a little bit today. The NASDAQ is still strong, but it's the ES, guys, that's ripping right now. That's why we switched over, man. I bought some Boeing this morning as well. And then here, let's see the ES high when some of these high fly names like my AMD, I'm going to say probably like Microsoft. I haven't looked today. This is probably down as well. Let's see, barely down. And then let's see what Apple is. If Apple's down, then you got to buy some at close today as well. Looks like it will be down, slightly down as well. So the rotation's into some of these names here. And if you want to talk about rotation, you don't have to look too much longer than FCell and some of these EV names here today. Let's take a quick look here at Fuel Cell. A big move, obviously, in the open. We did see some of those names come back, including SPI. You can see I do have the loser on with SPI. FCell, where is that? Right here. 830 could be a good little spot to go short, especially if some of these EV names start coming off today, like it looks like they are with the NASDAQ coming down and the ES making its move to the upside. There goes PayPal again, guys. $2.50 and $5 now on XPEV, Bren.
Another one to add to that list, Plug Power here as well. Just noticed had a trouble, or a little bit of trouble anyways, with 27. Rejected there at 27 on the bounce. We're kind of rolling over. Down 1% now. This thing was another one that was up significantly in the pre-market, but couldn't get through 28.60 there for Plug either, guys.
Heading to the downside is IDEX, so we'll go with the hot dog action. I don't know, it feels like it's not hot dog season because obviously it's a winner over here, but got some out in front of 350. There was a 200,000 share buyer that got broken. I just got out some in front of it. I was shorting here in the mid 60s. My best entries are, were up at 66. My average price 65. When it gets to this 335, 330 area, I do intend on being flat on IDenomics here, but another good trade here on a bit of a rollover on IDEX. Brendan, what's up, bud?
Just checking on Anaplan, another one from the earnings list from this morning. They reported better than expected. IT services company reported better than expected. Not a lot of volume here. I've been noticing that as a trend today, kind of across the board. Earnings names not doing anywhere near as much volume as some of the other names like the cannabis space and EV space. But Plan in New York, guys, another one that reported. Valeria's watching what's going on over in Europe. About an hour left over there. Viva, what's up?
Hey Brandon, Europe is in positive territory for the second straight session. German HelloFresh is down more than 6% after it bought Factory 75 company for more than $200 million. Back to you.
Yeah, we'll have a look at what else is going on in Europe coming up at 11. Guys.
And sorry, just quickly here, DPW did break through that 8 even. Turn around at 778, so I say 775. I mean, why I don't just cover some shares at like 80 and give it like 5 or 6 cents? It is what it is. If it makes a turn at this point, I'm going to go with a trailing stop right here at about 835. Lock in 50 pennies worth of profit and then see if we get the bigger flush. So it's already been a nice short here, obviously off this 9 even area. But it's sort of decision time. Either it's going to give me the bottom or it's going to trail back, and I'll lock in 50 cents on the last 20% of this position.
All right. Yeah, good trade over there. I mean, I'm looking, guys. I'm looking for more. If there's any names that we haven't touched, I mean, there's tons of names we haven't touched. There's 10,000 names. But yeah, I got to get rid of this relative strength. I keep doing it. It keeps peering back up. Okay, CCL goes up to $20. Wowzers on that one, Daryl and company. If you guys are watching that, up to $20.40 today. CCL up a big 8+%. Okay, PayPal and XPEV still moving here. I just got to see about getting some of this Bitcoin out if we can. Okay, CCL 1979, 1970 now to the downside there. We will be trading more Bitcoin. It's coming onto our platform soon with a couple different cryptos. So get ready for that. I'm getting the specs on that tonight, and I'll come back with that tomorrow. So anybody excited about crypto, guess what? I go short, I go long, we trade microcaps, we trade everything. We're going to trade crypto. I know it's not up Neil's alley, but Neil's more the market making guy. I think we're doing fantastic with giving you guys different options to trade here. And then Brendan brings the fire as well with some of these names, and including Nicola. Brendan and I just read each other's minds there. What is going on with Nicola today? Up 19.5%. Mr. Randy, Nicola back in play right now. And yeah, we're hella long that name as well. So nice to see that back in the portfolio.
You guys jinx this Fisker, man. Like, this thing just it's not the most volatile name in the world. I guess sometimes can be a good thing, but man, it just can't break that 16, which is still, I'm not taking profit till it breaks 16. It's not worth it. I will come back to Sundial. I promised every now and then I'll update you guys. Of course, I rolled into like my second short off the open. It got down to 29. That was the 33 to 29. I rolled into another short here at 33. I'm starting to take some off in front of 30. I want to make sure I'm holding half this position. And this is like the third session in a row. If I'm in it all afternoon, I really don't care. It does feel like I'm shorting every single pop and just sort of grinding it out towards the downside. And it just keeps working day after day. So there's really not a heck of a lot of a reason to get away from something if it's working for you. Just to another airline here, just going to go to United. So I'm long in American Airlines, and it's actually back to like that $14.75 price. UAL, on the other hand, yeah, I guess a bit of a better break. And obviously, look, it's a good long break. We had it on American Airlines, but UAL, fantastic one, approaching 45 even. So it's not just, I know Spirit's moving as well. I know you guys have a lot of names you want to talk about in the chat. There's just so much to cover. I've already traded probably even more symbols than I would like on a day like today, despite trying to pare things down. But I'm now watching this double top, 1485 on American Airlines. My target was to get some out in front of 15. I thought it would roll over potentially at around 1520. It might do it a little bit sooner than that. I have to be cognizant if I'm going to try a short at some point. I might have to take this long off shy of my target on American Airlines. I got to go short somewhere here.
Oh, hell yes. Yes, thank you for bringing this up, guys. We go a banger. Anybody long with me, JP Morgan? Look, if you've been watching the show for like a month or so, then here, let me go review a couple stocks that we talked about live on the show, guys. JP Morgan, we were loading it up down here in the low 90s. Wow, 120 and change. I'm going to be getting out more of this today in my account. Thank you for bringing it up. Thank you. That was been a monster one. And I know a lot of you are long these names. SPG, guys. Wow, this one we're long as well in the 60s. What a mover this name has had. Oh, and Randy, I know you're over there. What were we talking about? Do you remember when we put the call on Ford? Do you remember what price that was, my friend? Just under $7. You are correct. $9.50 right now. So, booyah! There we go. Verified up by Randy the Man. What's up, friend?
Another one having quite the day here, guys. U.S. Steel. I just noticed X here breaking through $13 and two-day highs, up 13.8% for X. No significant headlines on this one, but nice day for X so far, guys.
Well, I don't think we necessarily need headlines for that one. Of course, when everyone talks about recovery, infrastructure matters. This was sort of like one of the safer plays that you could have looked at. Sort of that post-election. And what is it with my daily chart there? Let's just go to the 15 because that seems like the reliable one that's just working out for me. But there were some potential breaks off 10 that we talked about. It's not always going to be the most parabolic mover. Today is a bit of an exception, of course, but it's giving you a nice little run. Again, you got to have some of these safer type plays. I like Boeing. And of course, once again, U.S. Steel making another push to the upside. Finally, I shouldn't have said finally because it's $15.97 on Fisker, and I probably just did it to myself. I said I'm going to start taking profit above 16, and it gets to 97 and looks like it's trying to have some trouble getting through that price. I'm long down here at 83, 84. Again, I sort of like this name. Let's see if we can't get a bounce up into VWAP. I'll take half off if it gets to VWAP and look for a bigger break. But for now, running into a bit of trouble. I'll be shorting pops on Sundial, so that play does continue on. Wow, we've forgotten to do this, and if there was a lot of names to trade today and there was a lot to cover, yeah, obviously, one of the reasons why we're doing this for you guys And starting on Monday, that's 8:30, the show will begin, is because there is so much to go through. The watch list has names that we don't even get to cover. We want to go a little bit more in depth with some of our plans, maybe talk about some of the trades that we have on the pre-market a little bit better for you. That's why the early start. I hope you guys enjoy it. I think it's going to be a fantastic idea, and it's going to be a great start on Monday. That's November 30th, 8:30 start for our show.
You okay back over there, guys? Like every time.
I don't know what's going on over there.
Every time Randy's here, like I don't know, something's going nuts.
I, for one, am shocked at that.
Okay, 1085. We did talk about that high there for GE. We did not take it, but a nice little 6% up. I'm hoping this thing can come in, man. I'm going to try to get long here for a longer term play. We did go long Boeing today, 218. Like again, we went long this name in our own account today, 218. I don't know, man. I need to buy a lottery ticket. My lovely wife, if you're watching, go put some money down on the OLGC, the Ontario Lottery Gaming Corporation. What's up, Brendan?
I saw you can do that online now, or even on their app. You don't even have to go to a store, so that's a problem. Gevo here, another one that had a huge move yesterday in the energy space, just breaking to day lows. You can see 3.4% still, but in the energy space and looking a little weak. Gevo, huge volume, guys.
Come on, Fisker. I mean,
yeah, let's go, Fisker. Let's go.
There was a bit of a seller there just on level 2 at 1605. It got broken. So let's see if it can't push to the upside. I want to try and get some out here, of course. But you see that line? Yeah, I'm sitting at 6. It broke the seller at 5. I was on the other side of it, thinking that momentum would get me some shares out at 6. Of course it doesn't happen, because that's what happened. No, who cares? We're going to the upside. Obviously, I just got filled there at 6, so we'll take off almost a 25-cent win. I'll take some more off in front of VWAP, a little bit more in front of 1650, and then I want to try to see if I can't hold the rest. We've seen, how many times, I mean, I know the answer to this is a rhetorical question. How many times, Sean, have we seen stocks that have been parabolic movers, that have been hot flyers, that find a double bottom? Look, you can't tell me there's a word. I got to do it, guys. I got to do it to you. But you find a double bottom, and then a big-time breakout happens in the afternoon. It's in the right space. I like the double bottom here. I like the consolidation. It's a name which hasn't run as far as some of the others in the space. I know the Chinese names have gone further. So all sets up for a potential move in Fisker. Trying to come back to 16. I will not buy in the dip unless I get another leg out. If I do, then I'll probably buy dips into 1575. But it feels like nothing can go wrong today, but Tesla did for me. So you will see, just like this is going to happen to you guys. I even said I want to short Tesla off 545. I want to short it into strength off the open. I didn't do either of those two things. That's probably why I'm negative on this name, having tried to short it off the open, which seems impossible. But when you go against your plan, that's what can happen to you. It's 10:40, and our plan is to do the sector watch with Brendan at the big screen.
Hey guys, yeah, let's have a look at the S&P 500, see what's driving the ship so far today. It's all about these guys, the energy names. Industrials also strong, but yeah, crude oil up about 3% on the session so far, 2.5% to 3% anyways. Apache, Oxy, FTI, OKE, HFC, MRO, 5+%, all of them, including Apache, that's closing in on 10% to the upside so far today. Industrial stocks also having quite the day, the entire group. Pretty much in positive territory. Here's all the airlines: AAL, Dow, Love, UPS, and FedEx also here. Not airlines, but they use them. 2.9%, 2.8% for UPS there. But AAL, the leader so far, 8.2%, 8.25%, we'll say. 8.1% for UAL. Right underneath it. So we have to look at these guys then as well. Some of the cruise lines also in positive territory. Anything related to reopening having a huge day today. CCL closed in on 10% earlier. It's kind of pulling back a little bit. 8% for RCL, NCLH, there's 7%. MGM, Wynn, Marriott here, LVS as well, 3%, all in positive territory. There's Best Buy, 6% downside. Right above it, Dollar Tree, 10% higher. Offsetting that, banks are leading the way so far. WFC, 7%. WFC, I'll say that again, 7% on the day. KeyBank, HBAN, RF, FITB, just to name a few. Diversified and insurance companies all in positive territory. So overall, pretty nice day. Way over in the corner there, real estate stocks also among the leaders. Utilities are positive to the downside. Tech shares and some of the healthcare stocks. If you're looking for relative weakness, check out those groups. But 1.04% for the overall market, guys. Back to you.
just tweet this out, but if you guys are watching PayPal, this is a $4 winner right now, so that's a bang city right there as well for anybody long PayPal with me here. Yeah, I don't know what else to say. This has just been a big day here as we go, and it just keeps on happening. So let's watch out for PayPal here, ripping to the north side right now as we speak. So yeah, we're long, guys. 201.25 right down here, exacting our revenge on this name.
Yeah, and finally, there it is. I guess we didn't jinx it over there on Fisker. Just got to VWAP here, so just got some out at 16.17. We'll take a quick little, like 35, 37 cents on that name. I still want to see it push up higher. We did open, right around the 16.30 area. That'll be my next target for the out, and then we'll go ahead and take some more profit and let the rest ride, hopefully towards that 17 high. It's been absolutely crazy. I feel like there's a 0% chance, and it shouldn't be zero, like 0.0001% chance we don't hit a record for likes today, because if you don't like what's been going on today, I mean, just seeing some of these trades, some of these opportunities, forget about the trades that you're seeing. It's the opportunities in the market. You always look for volatility. It's a holiday week, and we're seeing all kinds of it today. But if we don't get to 3,000, I'm talking Mr. 3,000. Y'all don't understand. We got to get to it. And anyone that catches that reference, good for you. Well, where are we, Valeria? We got to be at least 1,500, 2K, 25?
Well, Neil, we're at 1,500, and guys, today we received our silver YouTube button, and congratulations to you all too, as we're one big team. So guys, let's celebrate, show some love, and hit thumbs up. Back to Neil.
I love that plaque. And look, first of all, thank you guys for giving. I mean, that's credit to you guys for supporting the channel, enjoying the show. And look, somebody caught that Bernie Mac reference. Absolute legend. Y'all understand. I ain't afraid of y'all. I can't say the rest of that because, well, I don't want to get in trouble around here. But here comes Fisker. It feels like finally, this one's starting to come in for me. Like I said, 1630 area is approaching right now. I'll try to get out on the north side of it again. I mean, another... someone just selling like 10,000 shares, or, as I just saw, offering 10,000 shares and pulling that order. So it is what it is. I'll try and get some out if it goes like a couple of cents higher here. But I need to go back over to that DPW for you guys. Wowzers, sorry. I did finally get the breakdown to the low of the day. So I take almost $1.40 on it, and then it breaks the bottom, believe it or not. So maybe I should have held on to it, but on a day like this, I mean, I can't say enough. I know Sean said it at least a couple of times. You got to take the profit. And when you're getting, these types of wins, it's like, sure, it could extend further. Is it possible DPW gives even more of a gap fill? I mean, this is it on the daily chart. Maybe. But if I'm going to get $1.20 on an $8 stock when I'm shorting it, I'm going to take it. That's just how it is. So I'll be very, very happy with this wins. We'll line it up. We'll knock them down, even though I can't actually bowl very well in real life. At least here, I always get a strike.
Yeah, okay, we just got out of PayPal there for, once again, guys, just another monster win on PayPal. It does break through 205 there, so we get out, and we don't want to not take a winner on that one. So PayPal right back, man. I mean, what a great long that was. We just tweeted it out. Follow us all at TraderTV, Sean at TraderTV, Neil and Brendan as that one continues to go. Okay, so we're just out of that PayPal. The only thing we have left on right now, I'll put the Twitter in the chat there. The only thing we have left right here, okay, I got to get out of some of these shares. Man, we're trading this GBTC today. Look at all these executions. And I'm down on it. This is like the only stock right now that we're red on. Tons of executions here on GBTC, but just not doing that much right now on that name. So we'll look at that. XPEV, just to give you guys an update on where we are with this name. I'm going to get out if it does break above. Where did I put the order in? Just to give you guys it, 67.50. So VWAP is here at 67.30. It's forming a little bit of a wedge here. We're going to get out of the last little bit of this one, the 20% that we have left from our 70 short taken early, guys. We'll get out of that one if it does break back down below here. 65 on XPEV, guys. Brendan.
Another one to have a look at, add to the list here. Cleveland Cliffs up 8.5%, 52-week highs for this name. Broke 1050 there, came back, held it on that last little push through 1075 now. CLF, also a runner, guys.
Oh, yeah, I'm still in IDEX. Now, this one started to work for me here, and apologies, I probably should have added to this position. It did come right back into this 365, 370 range, and then started its rollover. So, I did get 3 legs out, which usually means on consolidation I should be jumping back in. Obviously, it is what it is. You're going to miss a few trades from time to time, and it's been rather active today. That's an ominous number. 187 fills. Right. Hopefully that's not a bad sign on the day. Which is obviously a little more active than we usually are. But you guys can see the volatility has certainly been there. Same plan is going to be here on IDX. But if it does make a retest of this 340 bottom, it never quite got to 330. I'll take a few more shares off in front of 40 and then the rest for that 330 mark where it seems like it's trying to hold a bit of a bid. If it does not break 330 by like 130, you're probably looking at like an afternoon jailbreak type upside on IDEX. Seen it before. Just want to make sure that I'm out of my short in case it happens.
Yeah, just checking the DraftKings, and yeah, I am. I have my. We have a purpose of not showing our trader statements on the show here, but I'm just looking at right now. My long is 35.23 right here on DraftKings. So we're going to look to get out of some of this one, but I did want to look at this just to see where we were for right now. 48.90, that looks like a decent break. DraftKings already broke to the downside there off the open, and it was a great opportunity to pick up many of these names, like we keep telling you guys, including PayPal. That was a big drop, and now right back to the upside. I did want to look at NEO, so that's DraftKings. I know I just went by it quickly. I'm not a big fan, and those of you that have watched me trade now for, I think we've been live since April or so, and I've only talked about DraftKings in a negative way once the market opens. I don't like it. It has to basically, you have to catch like these moves here or else it's finished. Like I'm not going to sit here and trade this unless you like the downside break of 48.50, which isn't horrible. We did have some 48.50 action here in the morning. There's 48.50 right here. So yeah, DraftKings to break to the downside, but I don't want to go short, man. This is one of those names that is going to be in play for a while. As Corona gets better, the virus gets better and gets handled better with the vaccinations and whatnot, sports will become less and less in trouble. So I do think on a reopening trade, DraftKings is just another play. But wow, Nicola, what's up, Brendan?
I was just noticing, okay, we'll do a little bit of 7 degrees of Li Auto for you here. This is Kang, C-A-N-G in New York, which is Kango, which is an online used car dealer. That's one of their arms. This is a holding company. They're one of the majority stakeholders in, yeah, you guessed it, Li Auto. So C-A-N-G reported earnings aftermarket yesterday. Seems to have a little bit of an effect on Li Auto so far today, holding up a little bit better than the rest of this space, one we haven't mentioned, but 34 million shares today for Li Auto, guys. Kango, a majority stakeholder in Li Auto, apparently.
Okay, new position alert, guys. We're going to see what happens right now. Up and down roller coaster continues for Palantir. So we're long right now, 64. We'll see about getting some out right now as it ripping to the high side. It just breaks through this level right here, and we took it. So right now we have some Palantir. Decent position, not as heavy as we were early. Let's just see if it wants to get its way back to $23 here.
This is going to prove to be a decent out here on Fisker. I still have a little bit, like I mentioned, I wanted to hold on to the last 20% of the position just in case we made a run to the high, but 1597, of course, was the previous close. That's where we started taking profit on the north side of 16. 1632 was the previous close. The open today, 1632. Right on the north side of that, I get both my exits, so it'll be a nice 50-cent win on the bulk of the position. Now it's either holding this higher low, go break even on the rest of this trade, or we go top side, guys. So I'll go break even on the last 20%, or we get a push towards that 17 even on Fisker. It's been a good trade over in this name. Sort of one and done when we're bottom picking. I like it when it works the first time. I feel like if you're trying 2 or 3 times to pick a bottom, you're probably losing on it. The market continues to scream, so why not talk about some of the money, but also about currencies and crypto. Let's go to Brendan at the big screen.
All right, let's talk currencies, guys, and yeah, crypto as well. I put Bitcoin. It's almost laughable. This chart just keeps going. 19,357 was the high around that area. We're up to 340 right now, so 5% for Bitcoin. This is 11,000 down here. We've talked about this many times just over a month ago. Back to 19,500 for Bitcoin. Ethereum not following today. We're still above that 600 level we mentioned yesterday, but in negative territory for Ethereum. Everything else pretty solidly higher because of US dollar weakness coming into play. play after the Trump administration made the announcement late yesterday, saying that Biden can go ahead with his transition. The euro, 0.25%, the Canadian dollar, 0.3%, British pound, about 0.2% there, Japanese yen, Swiss franc, kind of doing the opposite today. Australia and New Zealand, solidly higher, 2 days in a row now, after some economic data out on Monday was better than expected. So back to 73 and change, coming up to 70 cents for the Kiwi, up about 0.7%. Guys, back over to you.
Whenever you say Swiss francs, I'm reminded of one of my favorite artists, and shout out Ryan Leslie, fantastic artist. But today, I'm thinking of his jam, "I Gets Money," and that's a pretty good one. Check it out, check that one out if you get a shot. American Airlines, this has actually gone to plan in terms of the breakout, but the rollover to the short side, I did get out of this trade at 75. I said I need to get out so I can start looking for that short. I thought it'd be 15.20. It certainly looks like 14.85 has been a bit of a turn. I'm watching the market. I mean, 12,000 is about to come in play on the NASDAQ, and the ES is continuing to push to the upside. So the longs are good. I got a Fisker long that's doing okay. But we're pulling back in on so if the market turns here, maybe this is going to be it. And if we get any kind of a failure on the overall broad market, I'm looking at this consolidation. If I can actually get American Airlines within 15 pennies of that current high, I'll definitely take a short in front of it. But I'm not going to force that trade. I like levels higher a little bit better, and that's why I'm not going to force it. Now, ACB is continuing to trend back in. It's still up 20%, but you're seeing it continuously pull down. Now, I keep watching some of these names in the cannabis space. Why is that? Because you guys will see on the board here, I still got my sundial. And every single time I get a shot, whether it's sundial or we're doing a little bit of naked brands, if I find one of these penny stocks that's rolling over, I'll rinse and repeat. I did miss one reload here. I did take a shot at this, trying to get more shares at 33 when it bounced off VWAP. It is putting in some higher lows, but I've been short this since 7:06 a.m. So I'm drinking a little more coffee today because I was in a little bit early. To take advantage of some of the opportunities we saw here. I shorted into the open. It got a nice little flush. I then shorted back into pull into VWAP. It's getting a little bit tighter. You can see the wedge sort of forming. This bottom at 29 was a big one. Thankfully, I was able to get a few shares. You can see a couple of arrows out there, so I got multiple fills down on that little pop below 30. But now it's starting to consolidate. I don't want it to pop on me, so I'll definitely be taking it off if it tests above this 34.35. But until it doesn't work, staying net short. IDEX, I'm still actually short that one at 66, but it cannot break through that 335 area. It feels like the bottom. If it doesn't break soon, the bottom could be in on that one. Then what's up?
Sean loving the backflips today. Mosaic, 5%, guys, just broke through that 2150. Bit of a resistance point for Mosaic. I mentioned the resource group. There's another one from it, having quite the day as well, just popping up on a volume scanner for MOS, guys.
I mean, this is the thing, man. It's talking about bowling. I can hit a few strikes, but not as much as we do here on the show. Like Palantir, guys, 22.63. I should be more excited, but I mean, this is just the way it's been going lately. Beautiful trade, man. 22.64 long, out now. We sit back down and we see $23, and we just immediately taken some out there on the high side. So we have one-third left out of two-thirds of this Palantir for just yet again, guys, another win. We're basically rocking on everything today. So really happy with the way this day's turned out, other than trading that GBTC. But Palantir, man, big time run. We actually got out of our sub 10 at 22.75 today. We did get out of some, so we have to tell you that. So if you guys are watching and trying to mimic some of the positions that I've had on, there it is. Palantir, some of them out there at 22.75. We still hold about 50% long on this trade. So we're still on that one. Palantir making moves. Nikola coming back down. I think we could probably short Nikola at some point here. Let's try to find out where. Like, what a move. 23%. Like, wow. All the way up and still going here on this one. I guess we just got to wait for Citron to come out and downgrade this thing again and put a ridiculous price target on it. How's that working out for you on NEO right now? $35. Could be a cracking zone. We did have some consolidation right here, so I think Nicola short through 35 is worth it for me right now. This space is just hugely heated up, and there it goes. XPEV, guys, breaking back through. We're going to cash that out. We'll spin the money around on XPEV today, guys. By far, the number one stock, I think, for either one of us here that we've traded on the show. 67.55. Just cash that out. You can see multiple dollars made on this one, and that's why you get out of some of these names, right? You're not going to hold this forever. So we found it out. We did hold it for approximately 1.5 hours, I guess, in this at 9:30, out right now at 11. So an hour and a half we hold. That's pretty long for me, but then we get out on the VWAP break, and yeah, that makes a lot of sense. So we slayed that dragon, and by that dragon we mean XPEV, not Brendan, although if Brendan might be rolling around in an XPEV vehicle at some point. Brendan, you like the Rivian, I think, right, Brendan? Was that what it was?
That pickup truck was really, I'll find a picture of it, but that pickup truck, yeah, it was a Rivian.
Yeah, the Rivian one's beautiful. We'll be doing that. We just got a couple new cars myself, so we'll be waiting a bit for the electric spot there.
Just having a quick look, and we talked about, look, electric names are obviously going to be in play. We talked a little bit about the renewable energies as well. There was a good break on LPTT. I think that goes without saying. But now it's made a bottom at this pre-market low, 290. Ignore these little wicks down here, but it did make a bottom around 7 o'clock at 290. It then made another low of the day here at 290, bouncing off it. Higher low put in at 3 even. Now trying to break out through 325. So I'm going to take a shot here, bottom picking this name now that it's put it in. I mentioned in the chat, and I took off IDEX at 330. Just continues to hold, so I'm going to take my profit at 337 and just walk away from it. Now looking to break into an OPTT long, 325. If it dips back in, I'll maybe add to that position in front of 3 even. But it looks like for now, at least temporarily, it's put in a bit of a bottom. It was, my best long of the day, obviously, as you can see off of the open. But now we're trying a different kind of long, some consolidation. Not at lunchtime, but getting close to it. And I think that move gets you into VWAP, maybe even extending to this 370 mark. I would expect some serious resistance at those prices, though.
Randy loving the breakfast sandwiches today, so that was good. We're going to see here Palantir still looking at 23 in the face right now, so we'll see if it can make that a thing again. We just got some out at 23. We're going to hold to see if that wants to come through for us one more time on Palantir. One time, we'll see what that wants to do. Tesla, you know what? I can go back in and have a look at Tesla for you guys. NEO was the one we talked about. We absolutely crushed NEO today, guys, and yeah, what a big win that was for us off $54 all the way ripping that to $54.85. Now it makes a move back up. You know what? On this move down, I should actually go back over to XPEV and have a quick look at some of these stocks. But okay, Tesla. Yeah, you know what? I'm not going to look at Tesla when I can look at XPEV. It just makes more sense to me to look at something like that one. Although we do love Tesla, I'm hella long that one as well. Okay, XPEV down now 4.5. Fails at 70 again. Maybe I should have waited for that. This may be a good spot to start to look short here on XPEV. The fail at 70 there, that was a monster short. That's where we were initially short. That could have been shorted again there on XPEV and probably should have been. Let's try to go short maybe again here, 69, and then use 70 as the top, guys.
Yeah, and there's a break on OPTT, so it breaks at 25. I had a bit of a dip buy that is obviously not filled, but I did get some here at 26. When 25 broke. I'm going to pick some more shares up, just a little bit above that 31 that just filled. And then if it comes down to like the mid-teens, I'll be adding to that position as well. If it holds 3, fantastic. I'm using the higher low. I want to make sure that's what holds here on any kind of a dip, and hopefully get some consolidation around 10 to add to it, and then work it all the way back up towards VWAP. I told you guys there's a couple of names that feel like they found a bottom. Obviously, I just took OPTT, but IDEX again at this 330. It tested down once. I got some shares out. It tested down again. You're looking at this consolidation multiple times. I was watching on level 2 that bounced off of this price area. So some decent buying down here that I'm not going to stand in the way of. That's why I'm out of my short. It feels premature to be into a long in this name, and I'm not going to double dip, but certainly that 330 is providing some cover for anyone that does have that kind of a look into that trade. Now, back over to one other name, if I can quickly try to get down here. Sean, you had mentioned a bit of Tesla and then pivoting over of course, towards XPEV. I missed this trade at 545, and it was entirely too much. I've added a screen to be able to have more charts up, but Tesla did make a bit of a break, and it's trying to break at that 545. But look at the chop on this stock. When Tesla's going choppy, wow, I don't like it. So I feel like I dodged a bit of a bullet here because unless you're taking $1.50, which I guess you could scalp that, I don't think it's worth it in Tesla to take that small of a move. It does feel like the real test is going to be up here at 550. So I'm going to stay away from it until it makes a run at the pre-market high or that 550 mark, or maybe it gives you a retest of 540 to this little downside. Not nearly the volatility I was expecting after that little dip that we had. And it's 11 o'clock. And that means European update. Let's go to the screen with Valeria.
New positive moves on the vaccine news. Spain is up 1.56%, Italy is up 1.85%, France is up 1.16%, and Britain is up 1.29%. Cineworld is a positive mover after getting additional $750 million against coronavirus impact. That's all with Europe, and I'll keep you updated. Back to traders.
That just reminded me AMC is on the move. And so there you go, Valeria reminded me of Cineworld making moves, AMC pushing higher. Obviously, it broke through this 475. So I always look for a turn at a key price. That never happened. It never even slowed down that much. Next level up, I mean, if you can't guess it's 5, there it is, 5 even. We're right here right now. That is high of day. And we're at that 2,000 likes. You heard me give a Bernie Mac reference for Mr. 3000. So let's see if we can't get to that 3,000. We got plenty of time to do it with an hour left. So thank you guys for all of that support. I feel like it's obviously been a fun and fantastic show. Let's see if I can not throw away some of this profit. Sean likes to talk about LFT. Right as I'm about to step in front of the trading AMC, I should probably not mention that I don't have any yet because if you're shorting on something like this, obviously you do run into some risk because it's going to be counter trend. But AMC $5 stood out to me. Obviously made a parabolic move and it never really held that 75 mark. You can see an almost immediate break through 75 and then try to consolidate. Now 5 even is the level. I'll give it like, if I can catch something at 495 as an average price, give it like 5-10 pennies at the most in front of this 5 even on AMC.
Drink if you're with me, guys. Disney. I mean, what a great stock this is. I double-checked. Remember, I told you the largest positions in my holding, guys. Disney and or Google. So both really rocking and rolling right now. And Disney right now, what a big move. This is going to be close to all-time highs, 150.26 right now on Disney. So yeah, we are loving this stock, and we're going to take it breaking that high, and we'll take it pretty big if we can get it. So we're going to wait to see on that one if it does break. And if it does break, look, I'm going to take it too many shares, so we'll probably only give it back to 150 or so. So if you're watching me on Disney, that's the plan of action there. Palantir, we did talk about it going back to 23. We're still long on that one, so we're going to hold that strong. We are dug into XPEV right now, but again, it's all right here. Like, this is not going to be a big loss. We're basically going to give back. We'll give back some, but we're not going to give back much if it does come out right now. That's XPEV. There it is, breaking back through. So out of XPEV, we lose on that one. So XPEV slays us right there, Brendan. But what do you got for us?
Some of the banks, guys, still showing a lot of strength. We mentioned this one earlier. WFC still 7.5%. But look at this kind of line in the sand, 28.25. Definite resistance, but looking like it might want to test higher here. Some volume coming in on WFC. Remembers Raymond James with the upgrade on this one.
All right.
I'm going to slap a fail right there on my head. When was the first time I mentioned AMC to you guys that I was on the hunt for this one if it broke through those tops? Probably about an hour ago. So that's at least an hour that I had time to get locates on this particular name, which I have now, and they were like 1.5 cents a share. So thank you, Day Trade the World, for the cheap shorts. Unfortunately, I didn't check until after I wanted to go short in this name, and that is entirely on me. We talk about preparation. I've traded over 10 symbols today. That's not necessarily an excuse because I knew I wanted to have this one. I just talked about the rollover. It was giving you consolidation at 95. I could have had this price. I was just a little bit too slow, and my lack of prep is going to burn me. So a missed opportunity there on AMC. I was talking you through what I was looking at here. Certainly would have been taking some out of this consolidation previously at 475, and then working the rest down to about 455, 460 area. Like I said, I didn't pay for the shorts, and they were so cheap. I can't believe it. Missed opportunity here, but it's going to happen to you from time to time. It happens to the best of us, guys. OPTT. Thankfully, made a bit of a move to the upside. So, look, I did get, I added to my position at 31, like I mentioned, the 325 break. I did get the first leg here at 340. About 15 cents into the money before it started turning around. I'll take some more out in front of 350, then try to hang on to half the position on the way to like that 370 mark that we were talking about a little bit earlier. If it ever dips down to the teens, I will add there as well. It never did. So I want to make sure I'm leaving myself some room to be able to add on the dip, just in case it puts in a third or second higher low here off of this little, 290, then 3 even. If it does it at 315, I want to be able to add to the position as well. So thankfully, this has been a fantastic one. To the long side, believe it or not, usually I'm shorting these things today off the open. Man, you guys saw what happened right at 9:30. It was both OPTT and, well, it was multiple names on parabolic for you guys. And it's not an accident that I keep saying that word because it's a lot of fun for me. You can't tell me what the word is. If I know, then I'm just going to say it on purpose there, Sean.
Yeah, no problem. And we're going to keep drinking because that's the point. We're trying to keep drinking, guys. So that's the word, guys, parabolic. Anytime that is said, we will drink and hit the Hydration Nation for you guys on the screen. So there it is. Another stock going parabolic. Palantir. We are long again, guys, 22.60, and just murdering this stock to the high side. Bang, another big win here on Palantir. Just ripping up 23.06, 23.07, and still making moves, guys. Palantir, so we're really proud and happy about the way this stock is planning out for us. The reason why we say that, I know a lot of you are long with us. Look at this stock, just keeps on going. Guys, my wife just messaged me, seems like, how's your day? It seems like it's pretty good. Yeah, it's pretty good. Upside right now. Look at Palantir taking out days high right now. We're patient with it. This is what you have to do. Like Neil talks about not over trading, under trading, all this. This is perfect. Like we leave Palantir alone until we see it. And then when we do, we hammer it. We talk about that trade. Not as many shares as this because I trade a little more aggressively off the open. But there goes Palantir, guys. Another moonshot for you on this one as it just keeps on going upside. There's another 50-cent winner to go with our PayPal win. We've already talked about how big this one was to make back this loss. So that's a nice little out there. We're doing better on holding, guys, and I hope you are as well.
Exactly. I think patience is a virtue. I feel like someone said that, and it's obviously not my line, but it's certainly a good one to have in trading. And you got to understand that there are some trades which will do this on you and go right away and go parabolic. I just fill my water up. That's why I got to do it here so I can join in a little bit because I got a little thirst coming on here. I feel like we've been talking more exciting, so you got to stay hydrated. Actually, a good look. But sometimes you really do have to be patient with some of these plays. And this is the time of day where you have to anticipate that maybe something is worth holding on to. Like, I'm still going to be in this Fisker trade. And it's starting to give a bit of a sideways consolidation. And if it does this, like 16.05 to like 16.30, also happens to be the open price, and hugging VWAP, and it holds this area here, you could get a secondary break. I can maintain my long position, maybe add to it if I get a shot, but it has to hold. I'm not going to adjust my stop in at this point, but it wouldn't be unreasonable to throw one at like 16. Of course, mine's at 15.80 at break even, but you could throw it at 16, look for another price to get in. But I've already taken profit at the top here. I feel like I want to be net long going into the afternoon so long as it's held this bottom. So you look at this consolidation as, yeah, it's not going now, but that's sort of in my favor because it's consolidating higher, relatively higher to this little move than it is to that bottom. I think that's going to be in my favor, at least for the time being. Brendan, what's up, buddy?
Just noticed this one, Canada Goose, guys, 8.7%. I was double checking, not a 52-week high, but recent highs here above 37 today for Canada Goose. Another one that had a couple of upgrades, big volume behind this move as well, guys.
Goose is loose on that one, Canada Goose. Look, again, as the money keeps coming back in, through China, we do like, we got to check out our Alibaba. We're long that one. We give them to you guys at 262. And there it is again, guys, another monster win there for Alibaba taken in the personal accounts. And we're going to watch that going to the long side as well. JP Morgan, everything probably making new highs now as the ES. Yeah, well, no, JP Morgan pulling back. That was already up 3%. 3% on a bank is pretty nice. We're going to wait to see, though, what's happening with Alibaba. I do like that one. People said I haven't looked at Microsoft today. I did. I looked at it early. And look, I'm just going to go where the money is. And obviously, this would have been a good move. But other than this move here, we missed everything because this open, we had XPEV, a much better move, much cleaner move than Microsoft was. And we took $5 bucks, $4 on that one. So now Microsoft trying to make new highs here, but I do like it. It's just right now it's just steady Eddie here on Softy. So I think we'll have to wait for it. There was a nice little bottom here at 210.70. That could have been a long, but other than that, maybe just the top side. DraftKings, I just told you that we're long 35.26 in this name, bouncing around 48, and you guys called it, man. When we were looking at this, I said I don't want to trade it, but you could short this 48.50 break. So I'm going to look at DraftKings again a little bit more intraday as I have some faith as we did make that call. Don't have it on, but at least we looked at it and it looked like it made sense off some of these pre-market highs as well, Mr. Wickens.
Another one looking like it might want to fail here a little bit from the clean energy space. This Ocean Power, OPTT, struggling around this 30 area. It was a pivot in the pre-market, got up to that 360 as well and failed on the initial bounce. But let's see what happens with $3 on OPTT, looking like it might want to roll over again, guys.
Brendan with the jinx on that position, so thankfully I take some profit on that long, but it is coming back in. If it bases out around the teens, that's the price I'd add. 3 even is where I'm going to get out of it. I want to come back because the last time I went to my chart froze, so I couldn't show you the daily chart on US Steel. The last time we talked about this name is when it was breaking that 10 even. Obviously infrastructure, I think before the election didn't really matter who was going to win. You're probably going to see some projects going through, and that's what we were discussing. But we are approaching not this year, but last year December highs, 1450, big level approaching on US Steel. So watch out at that price. I'll probably be looking for the opportunity to sell. It's not like I'm going to automatically just be like, okay, I'm shorting and selling at 14.45 because it's not going to go any further. But you're looking for those price levels to find some resistance, give you an intraday opportunity. Also, not a bad place to cover swings if you're still holding on to it. Obviously, it's been a good move. But OPTT, like I said, I did get some out, and now it's rolling back over. I'm looking for consolidation between 10 and 20. So far, it's trying to do that here in the teens. That's the only condition in which I want to add. So give it like a minute or two, and if it hasn't broken any lower than this, I'll add one time. My stop will be at 3. I'm going to be trying to break it out in front of that VWAP, and then 370 would be the ultimate target. I'm not holding past that. I don't think it goes much further, even if it goes up.
Wow. Okay. Just noticing what just happened here to Palantir, guys. Yeah, this is why we're feet up. What's up to everybody? Hydration Nation is here. And yeah, Palantir just goes to 30. We're out. So we have 10% left, but out there 23.20 and Rip City on Palantir. So really super happy with the way that's going. So congratulations to everybody. At some point, you got to chill out here. We've been making a lot of money lately, and it's been happening today. It's been happening for you tomorrow, hopefully, as well. And it's been all of November, very successful. Stick with the EV names, guys, as that's been a good one here. And we're going to continue to look at some more names, including, actually, I want to go back to NEO here, just real quick, as it was near around 50. I got to put my mic on this side or I get in trouble. Where should I put the water? I'll put the water beside it. Okay, here we go. NEO 55. Our only long, our only trade on this one so far today was a 54 break. I've looked at this a bit here, and this is the thing. Like, I'm looking for levels that I can give to you guys that would be profitable, obviously, for everybody. So I like this 55.50 level on NEO. If you have options, if it breaks this, we could see 57.50 back to the upside, but you need the market, so we're going to wait to see the ES wants to go. Let's see what the NASDAQ wants to do as well here. NQ, again, that looks like it wants to go as well. So 55.55 here on NEO, not a bad spot. It's actually not too bad even to start to build rate here, guys.
I do believe in just a second we'll go to, might be going to Brendan here, but I got that sideways action, a bit of a bounce play on OPTT, so I am now going to try to get back in. Now again, if you catch it on the way down, you're already filled. If you wait for it to make a turn, I'm going to be patiently waiting. Good song. I'm going to be patiently waiting here on this little bid just to see if I can get a fill. I'm not going to chase it. That's not the way I wanted to get into it this time. I really did think there'd be enough liquidity, and it would spend some time down here for me to get back in to a few more shares. The plan will not change, getting some out in front of VWAP, whether I get the bids or not. Got to go over to one name that, yeah. So I gave the conditions under which I wanted to roll into the short on American Airlines, and I did say I wanted to see us the market try to roll over. I mean, and the NASDAQ broke 12,000, and the ES was holding the high, and then we rolled over again on American Airlines anyways. Now, the good look is, because I was looking for short, that meant take off the long, so we got out of that break profitably near the top, almost at the very top, but I did miss this chance to short it right in here around that 70-75, like I said. But if I put a condition on that I'm only going to go against the trend, if I see something particular happen in the overall market, you stick to it, and then you can't get that. I'm not going to sit here chasing it or have that regret because I had a plan. Certainly, by not taking the trade, I followed that plan. Just because the trade would have worked, you can't get mad at yourself. You should be happy that you stayed disciplined, even when it means that you missed out on some profit. In the case of American Airlines, that's what's going to happen here.
Yeah, we missed out on profit every day, guys. I mean, when you have the winners, you're not going to get out at the highest or the lowest spot every single day. So I think that is also good advice. It's like me saying, like, oh man, I wish I still had Palantir. Like, why did we get out of so much, right? But you got to trade the price action that you see. And like, I don't have any losers to reevaluate other than that PayPal. We talked about that. We got our revenge on this one. And this is a ho-hum, a dollar winner now on Palantir. Brendan, what's up?
There's so many names to look at today. This is another one. Past couple of days, this one was quite the high flyer. 2 days in a row for this KXIN. Downside big time. Another one, 25% today. Gave you all kinds of opportunity there from $8 even down to $6.50. It is starting to hold though at $7. It's come down, tried and tested this $7 even level, but it is bouncing off it at the moment. So 24 3/4 now for KXIN, guys.
Oh man,
look at
I knew there'd be too many symbols. 795 what I had written down. The pop right to 95.96 at 9:30 and then fell off a cliff on KXIN. So it feels like there were some great shorts on, even though at 9:30 we were going long and making money. KXIN looks fantastic. If it goes anywhere near that price, again today on this little bounce, I'll be looking for the same short around that 795.8 even. It opened at 85 and ran 10 cents and then flushed. So I think it'll have trouble getting past 8 on KXIN. I'll look to short it if it has any shot of getting there.
Hey guys, we're just tweeting this out, this Palantir, like we left it alone and then we struck again. We left this thing alone, guys, for an hour and a half. And then we said, thank you so much, Palantir. I mean, you guys remember, you guys all know this. We could keep on going back and forth and around. Okay, Neo, a nice little reload down here. Let's take some more off. Look at this Neo trade. We're long right now, 30 cents into the money on Neo, $1 into the money on Palantir. Look at this buy, 54.80 on a dip. Out, 54.15, out, 55.25. Just killing these stocks today, guys, and it just keeps on going for us. So Palantir, $1.10 now in the money. Follow me on Twitter. You'll see these plays. We've made these plays for you, and here we go, guys. I see the love on the chat. You're welcome. A lot of you have just crushed Palantir with me, and yeah, hells to the yeah. Boom, it's still going, Brendan and Neil. Palantir is still off. We're still going. Like yesterday when it was at 19, I said we see 25 by Wednesday. Honestly, there's no crystal ball here, guys. This is Palantir, and this is what we do, and I'm calling this. I got some out at 22.75 today. We're still holding. We're going high side on Palantir. This is what I'm talking about, Neil. You leave a stock alone, then when you see the time is right, you strike with hell of a lot of shares, and that's what we do. We hit some bangs for you, buddy.
Speaking of leaving stocks alone, I have not left this stock alone at Sundial. It's a bit of a different play because you can always just sit in a stock and maintain a core position. I think that's a little bit easier to do when you're doing a market-making style in something like this, whereas a Palantir, you might want to jump in and out of it when it's making those bigger moves because of the volatility. So something like a Sundial, I can hold my core position. I can add to it whenever it starts to pop to the upside. I wouldn't necessarily suggest doing that in some of these other names we're talking about, like if you're trading the Palantirs of the world, the XPEVs of the world, no, don't just blindly average into some levels. But when you're doing it on a penny stock, like it is in Sundial, and as again, it bounces off VWAP and comes back down, and I got 33, so I'll start taking things off. You can see these lines here. There's actually orders on the way down, so I do have limit bids to cover this position as it slides down for me. But I've been short this since 7 o'clock, and I might actually, this could end up being literally the longest trade that I've ever had as a day trader. I think we start execution. I think the earliest we can even do a day trade in the world is about 7 a.m. So if I still have this one short at the close, it will definitely be the longest position that I've ever had. Sundial, it just feels like if there's one cannabis names that I want to go short when they pop, it's this one. I'm going to hold it. It hasn't broken. It hasn't held above VWAP for any period of time here. It hasn't held above 34.35. I'm going to stay net short. I'm definitely taking profit on the way to 30 because there was a bit of a buyer that stepped in when it had a failed break the first time, and then it held a higher low there. So that's the reason why I'm taking a few more shares off, but I'm still actually holding about half the position. So still got a good one on Sundial here. OPTT back to flat. There's always two ways you can take a position, passively or aggressively. I gave you the reason why I was going to be passive with this, and it turns out we'll have missed this bounce because of it. It is what it is. I'm not going to cry over spilled milk. If it goes up from here, it'll be a winner, but I would have missed a chance to add to this position and get an even better price on this little bottom pick on OPTT. Brandon, what's up?
We were talking about this one yesterday, guys. Yunji, YJ, Chinese e-commerce name. Just noticed this one getting quite the squeeze treatment today. Just tagged $5 on that last push there. Look at the volume coming into this thing still at this time of day as well. Back to 450, up about 100% on the day for YJ. Guys.
All right, we're into now Disney. Thanks for that, Brendan. Taking out a big level there at 150, but it comes from the dead there at 149.75 and just rips. And again, it didn't rip through that high. So we have been getting some out. We're still pretty long on this name, guys, 70% long, but we did dump some up there when it didn't break. So 150.30, we're going to give it back to 149 and change. Like down here, 149.90. If it doesn't go, it doesn't go. We're trying it, and that's what it is. And we're going to continue to do that. Neo has just been a monster trade once again for me as we go in and out. Thank you so much to all of our new members today. Prima Trader, what's up? Hopefully you become Prima Better Trader after watching this show. And, thank you for the love and the support of all of our viewers as we go. And Palantir, yeah, you guys are 100% right. Holy crap. 22.63 all the way, guys. Like, this is $1.32 in the money, and there it goes. Going to break through 24, and adios, man. We called this one. I just wish I had options on Palantir, as this one going nuts to the upside. $1.32 winner. Plus, we've already crushed Palantir today. Our first long was 22.50. How much is in that in the money? Lots of big time. Thank you so much. Rolling Records as well. You hit your goal. Yeah, we crushed that goal early as well, and people tweeting at me that they hit all their goals early with some of these plays. Let's see where PayPal is. Good out on PayPal off of 201 and change short. XPEV, great outs on XPEV, man. In there, out there. And then we tried a little bit of a short and lost that 50 cents. And thank God we did, as XPEV now going up. I guess those options aren't going to be worth anything. Not right now anyways. What's up, Brendan?
Can't stop those things. It's crazy. XPEV just keeps going. UAL, 6 3/4% to the upside still. Broke down below that 44 level. Was trying to hold 44 here. We are below it now, but still up significantly on the day. The Dow Jones Transport Index, record highs today. So some of these in that, guys.
Yeah, I just reminded that UAL was a little better than the AAL break. Look, you're gonna pick something, and if you saw on the watch list there, Brendan put the entire space on that list, and you pick the name you're most comfortable with. Usually it's American Airlines or Spirit for me. UAL looked very, very good today. I have Oxy up here because Daryl, we've had some people who've been rolling with us or riding with us for a while now, and just reminding me that back when I used to trade Occidental, which feels like, forever ago, in midsummer or earlier on in the year. Oxy right back here. You're seeing some push to the upside. Of course, we've always been making a bit of a run here on the vaccine news, but wow. Right back into this 17, 18 area. So starting to get to some key levels, let's call them, on Occidental back on my radar. If I see this start to stall out around 18 or 20 or so, maybe in the next few days or weeks, I might start taking a shot. This is starting to get a little parabolic, maybe, on Occidental, but either way, it's not something that I've been day trading because I feel like the energy space hasn't been the best play in the entire world, but it looks like it could be back in vogue or on vogue or whatever you want to call it in the next few days and weeks. Back over to OPTT, trying to roll over. I'm still going to keep my bids in here in the teens. I get to fill ads to the position. If I don't, I don't. It is what it is. Brennan, what's up?
Waiting for my chart to pop up, and then we'll talk about Abercrombie & Fitch, another one that reported earnings this morning. Earnings, again, better than expected. Huge number on the online sales, digital sales, but again, another one. We talked about Best Buy earlier, not providing a holiday forecast for sales. Abercrombie did provide a forecast for the holiday season, but it was not as good as expected. So all the way back down to $22 here for ANF.
Wow, big time mover there. And just to come back to one name, and again, we talk about winners, losers, and failures. I may have had a plan on Tesla and then bungled it, but I actually feel like the mistake in AMC was a bigger one because you can control so you can't control the market. You can control your own preparation. That is one of the things that you control the most. And certainly not getting those locates when the perfect short lined up here at 94, 95 is going to cost, because it just goes exactly to plan. It's still grinding to the downside. I'm not going to chase it. That's just not the name of the game. My entry is off of that 5 even. Once you've missed it, you've missed it. If I chase it down, it changes the risk profile altogether. So maybe it gives me another crack. I don't know if that's going to be the case. It is what it is. Sometimes you have to walk away. I have not yet walked away from Fisker. It is breaking down off of this little consolidation here. But because I got this little double top and we're longing off this, higher low, got some of the 87, was able to add to it down here at 78. So you're getting like a 50 to 70 cent win on the top end, but I only had that 20% left. So it either holds this higher low, basically break even for me on Fisker. I'll give it to like 75 or so. I got 78 long, so I'll lose about 5 pennies. Not a heck of a lot. Or it bounces all the way back up to the high. Now, if it holds that bottom and maybe consolidates again around above 16, that could be a re-entry point in the afternoon for me. But those are the kind of things that you think about during lunchtime as it slows down. Don't overtrade. Have a bit more of a patient approach to some of these positions, especially when it could be a trend reversal here, which Fisker has been, at least so far. Brendan, what's up?
What a range on. I was just looking at Blink charging here, guys. There was a headline that slipped through the cracks this morning. It came out right at 9:30, so right at the open. You can see 9:33. They acquired this Yugo Charging, which is a privately held smaller EV charging station company. So Blink Charging picking up Yugo. So that was announced right at 9:30. The whole group obviously fell together, but what a range this thing's had. This is 32. This is 25 down here for BLNK.
Well, they didn't like that news. I mean, I feel like, and this is actually a perfect time to mention this, or not mention it, but remind you guys of a little something. And let me see if I can't throw it up here, because, there were so many names in the EV space that Blink was down 20%, cratered like $5, and somehow wasn't quite on the radar. But that was mostly because it was too many names to cover. It was on the radar. I actually had some levels written down. And one of the reasons why we are going to start, and I got to keep reminding you guys of this, on Monday, tune in at 8:30. I know you guys are used to it. We start at 9 o'clock. No. 8:30, 1 hour before the U.S. Open. Plenty of time to cover some more names, go a little bit more in depth, so you guys know exactly what we're thinking here. And we try to get to as many of those names in the watch list. If not the entire free watch list, we'll try to cover from 8:30 to 9:30. Arun will still come on. And I'm not going to spoil anything, but we actually have some surprises in store as well in terms of added content that'll be coming in for that hour. So make sure you tune in November 30th, Monday. More of us and more preparation.
Sorry about that, guys, but we figured you would like it, so we're coming back with you as well. Thank you, Rolling Records. You've already talked about that. $20. Thank you for that contribution. Today, obviously, has been a big day. I just went and got a little more coffee as my last one got cold real quick. And thank you so much, Parrish. Let us know what that's for the contribution. Thank you so much again for that. You guys have been an absolutely amazing crowd for us lately, and we absolutely love everything that's been happening in the chat. Yeah, you do need to visit Canada, man. Anybody that, or Mang, anybody that's around there. Oh, Canada. We're located in Toronto, Ontario, Canada.
Eli
In
Porter
my
reference
opinion,
there.
I mean, I've traveled all over the world, and I love Toronto. It's a fantastic city. Singapore, obviously, is amazing as well. I've been everywhere, and you're Moscow there, Valeria. Very nice. Isn't nice. Okay, XPEV back to the upside and still rocking and rolling, man. New 52-week high. That's nice, as it just keeps on ripping to the high side now, man. 74.50 and going is XPEV. Wow. Yeah, I guess we're going to have to wait a little bit on those option plays, as they were in the money 40-50% early, and now all the way back up. That's just a small play on that one, so we'll wait for that. There it is. Everybody, you guys loving the chat, and as we go, of course, more members coming. Thank you so much. Loves Jaguars. I love Jaguars as well. Please never stop this show. We won't, Toby.
Not gonna happen.
There we go. XRP to the moon. I noticed that. I actually have. I'm probably the only one here that knows what XLM is, but I do love Stellar Lumens there going up to the upside. I hold quite a bit of that one as well. What's up, B?
Yeah, we appreciate all the members, guys. Keep in mind, coming up on Monday as well. Yes, the earlier start time. We are still doing our members only discussion with members coming up Monday afternoon. So you will get a link if you are a member for that. Another one in the travel space that just popped up, thought I'd mention here. Day highs for Trivago, yeah, nice look back above this $2 level. Huge move today, percentage-wise. Obviously, 20% along with some of the other travel names. Decent volume on that one as well, guys.
Last time you mentioned Trivago, you depressed me because that you said that their spokesperson was in trouble. And they had those fantastic commercials, really good commercials. I don't know, it is what it is. But I'm going to shout out to one of our traders on the floor here. I don't know, man, if you liked shorting XPEV this morning or yesterday, you got to start liking it maybe around some of these highs. I mean, look, this had already come off in the pre-market, so I know it opened up down around 72, but believe me, there was a fail break at 77 quarter. There was consolidation 75 to 76. It is rolling up towards some of these prices that if you feel like there's going to be a turnaround, maybe you take a bit of a shot at it. I'm not going to, like we said it over and over again, I'm not going to overextend myself. I actually only had one trade, and I told you guys I was in a little bit earlier than normal today, and I had this long break, and this is like 743. Now, obviously, at that time of day, in a penny stock, I'll put shares on. In a small cap, I'll put some shares on. In XPEV at 743, it was not a large position, but it also didn't go. It was a losing trade for me. I don't know why, when I saw this fail break, and then it basically consolidated, failed again at the same price. I wasn't thinking short in this particular name. I was looking at a couple of others. Obviously, this would have worked. It is what it is. I was obviously in Sundial at the time, and it looks like a good one. The other name that we talked about here, US Steel. Now, obviously, when something's charging like this to the upside on the daily chart, I showed 1450. I'm going to prefer one of those levels. But to completely ignore a $14 failed break, that's a little ridiculous. It gave you a second shot at consolidation at 1390. I mean, US Steel is not the kind of stock that's usually just going to go up 20, 25% without making some kind of a pullback. Tends to be a little more structured and a little less parabolic. Sean?
Uh-oh. Yeah, parabolic. Time to drink, guys. Let's go. Yeah, X will never be. I mean, X could go parabolic at some point, but thank you again for reminding me of the drink. And if you guys are watching this as well, Neil's catchphrase, parabolic. So we're going to be having that. We'll also Google parabolic and have a definition of that one. So 206, thank you for the note there, Lori, or whoever mentioned PayPal going here now, guys. 206 and change again. We were hella long down here at 201, making back this loss early, all the way back up. Wow, still should have held some of this one. But we got out at a pretty good spot, I feel like, there at 205 on that break. And here we go, guys, again. Palantir just at 204. It goes as high as 204.40 there. So almost 204.40. What is that? 204. 24.26 there, but still ripping its face off. I thought I was getting out of some Neo here, and maybe I don't know if it did fill or not, but out there, we only have 10% left of Neo as it breaks down. I don't know where the order was to get out there, so we're going to punch out as it's right back down to these levels. We don't want to be in on this name right now as Neo's fading back in, but Palantir now $1.50 in the money, right back to day's high, man. It just keeps on going. Nikola back to 35 as well, and DraftKings, remember we said short that 48.50. Let's see where that's at. See if we would have made some money. Yeah, we would have. It would have been 50 cents in the money. But now it's doing the same thing again where it's in this little range. This is what I don't like about DraftKings. But the market's up, probably fading back down. 47.75 break is decent on this name.
Yeah, and Sean just mentioned, of course, that Neo's starting to roll over. So I quickly go over to Tesla to see that it's done the same thing off the pre-market high. Now, why am I concerned about that? Not that I'm looking to short Tesla, but I'm long in Fisker. And so if you see this market, which, I mean, the ES is still screaming to the upside, by the way, so you guys can see that. And the NASDAQ's still right at that 12,000 mark. But the EV space starts to pull back, and I still have this Fisker, or at least 20% of this Fisker long. It's held at least once up at break even. But I feel like tightening the stop is probably going to make a little bit of sense here, especially as you see the bigger boys are rolling over. It was a good long, but it's a psychological level. It's also a previous close of 1632. So the fact that it turned around there, we shouldn't ignore it. We're now holding barely positive on the session in Fisker. So great little bottom pick, but the party could be over, and I don't want it to turn into a losing trade. I also don't want to throw away all of the profit. So I'm going to move my stop to about this 1590-ish area. That'll lock in at least somewhat of a muted win. And if it continues to go up, I might just have to cover the rest of it around that 1630 where we got out the last time. Brendan, what's up, bud?
It's interesting. I was just watching this 1M, O-N-E-M on the NASDAQ up 1.6%. Big volume coming into this. You can see at day highs. It's about a mid-cap size of a company, about $4.5 billion on this one. for the market cap. But at the same time I was looking at this, there was a headline that came out that says Amazon has everything it requires to revolutionize the technology space on the healthcare side of things. So this one, a healthcare technology company trying to make day highs. Guys.
Yeah, stay away from Amazon, man. Those guys are going to eat everybody's lunch and continue to do so there. And they just opened up that delivery service, of course, for prescription drugs. So yuck on that one. If you're in Amazon's way, get out is my suggestion on that one to anybody that's in CVS or anything like that. Watch out because Amazon's coming for you. That doesn't really mean anything other than the fact that they're in everything. So just go long Amazon, I guess. Okay, Disney, when I was gone there getting that coffee, it does break. So we sort of thought about that, that could be a possibility. So no surprise there. We did get some out early on that name. So we were, I mean, not that a loss is a good loss, but this isn't that bad. I thought I was actually giving this down to 75, but I guess I wasn't, only 90. Good thing because we would have lost more if we had given it that. 150.10 though, I'm gonna do a little more work. I think we can get back into this name, guys.
Yeah, and speaking of back in, I'm gonna be in this one like a certain running back. If you know who that is and what his nickname is, it's going to be another push to the downside in Sundial. And you know what? I tried shorting ACB like a couple of times in the face of Sean's calls to the upside. So it would go up parabolic, and I think there was a shot to get a rollover. I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. I can't help myself. But I feel like this has been the one for me. I started out my trading career trading in penny stocks. So this one always feels good. To really go back to the roots. It's breaking back towards this 30 area. Now, I want to show you guys on this, just to zoom in on the 1 minute. When it came down the first time off the open, right here, broke 30, and then there was just, trust me when I tell you, there was a bit of a bid that picked some shares up, and we're showing at 29. I double dipped and took a bunch off before reloading into a new position that I currently have on. That's why I'm going to be covering some, 33 only gets you like 10% to 30 even, and I like it to maybe hold on all afternoon and maybe catch like 27s or even 25s. It closed at 24 yesterday, but I gotta take some profit off just in case that buyer is still there. You do not ignore, off in the first 10 to 15 minutes, if you ever see big buyers step up, I don't care what kind of stock it is, but if there's a big time support level that stands out like a sore thumb, I'm not saying assume it's gonna still be there at lunchtime, but I would always assume it's probably still going to be there all day long until it proves otherwise, especially if you're going short. Take the profit where it is. That's why I'm taking some out here. I have bids all the way down, as you can see. Some of them I put in when the break was occurring all the way back at 9:39, and I am still in this stock 4.5 hours later in Sundial.
All right, Sundial. Yeah, we've heard a lot of Sundial. We've heard a lot of Palantir today. And yeah, we just continue to trade the names that are making the money for us. And those are those names. So what's up, Valeria? Laughing and doing her thing. So that's good. Valeria, what is so funny?
I don't know.
I'm super cold, and guys showed me.
Yeah, you know what? It is super cold here. I've already put Randy,
I got a sweater too. I should put
on to watch to get us a little bit better.
It's because Randy's here.
Situation here. Everything is Randy's job, man, as far as I'm concerned.
Come, Randy, you know you're always changing. Look, first of all, don't even give the hey. You know you're always changing that to make it colder. The guy's rolling his sleeves up. He'll wear like a t-shirt and shorts in the winter. So I know who the culprit is. It is. I'll call him out because I know it's true. Wow, F-Tech, thank you guys, because every now and then I will get away from something, and you see executions on F-Tech? No. I came in thinking I was going to be heavily trading this. Of course, there were some other bigger movers. We talked about DPW, IDX was a big mover. I was looking at this level here on a pullback to 650. Hasn't quite gotten there on Field Tech, but if we do make any kind of another pop up on volume, I'll watch for the rollover trade. What a bottom this just put in off of 480 and 5 even. The kind of bottom that I thought OPTT was going to put in, that's still grinding lower. If it makes the same kind of move, this will get an even better day. But if OPTT cannot hold 3 even, I will take a loss to add to that Tesla bungle, kerfuffle. I don't know what you want to call it off the open. When you have a plan to go short, it goes down, and you lose. Whatever you call that, that's what I did this morning in Tesla.
All right. Okay, we're looking again here, guys. I do like XPEV short through 70 again. Stop calling me. I'm on the phone. I'm on the show, not on the phone. 70.50. This is a good little spot. I actually like this down here, 70.30, a little bit here on XPEG. If we could short that, we will try it. But that's XPEG down through 70. I wish we would have had, like what Neil was talking up there, 74.50. That should have been a good short for it. But I'm going to put my money where my mouth is, I hope, anyways, through this 70.50 and take a little bit of a short on XPEG and give it not a huge leash, man. Maybe 72.50 back to the upside. See if we can retrace back down to VWAP. But yeah, guys, I mean, everyone's rocking with us today. It's been a fantastic day. We've had a lot of playbacks, a lot of views. Hit the like, hit the subscribe. We are not here on Thursday for any of our viewers outside of the U.S. It's a U.S. holiday. That's Thanksgiving. Those are the only holidays we get around here. And the man that deserves it the most is at the big screen right now, Brendan Wickens.
Hey guys, yeah, let's have a look at both North American markets once again. Some of the top symbols as well from here on the show. Here we go. Yeah, nicely positive right across the board still. It's even getting better as we speak. The S&P 1.4%. Yep, you guys were talking about it. There it is, 30,017 for the Dow, 1.4%. NASDAQ, 1% and change. The Russell, 1.7%. I mean, pick one. It's up 1% is the theme so far today. We'll shift over to the top symbols from the show. So far today, XPEV, number one, $10 per share P&L on that side. PayPal, Palantir, and that's Solo down there as well. We'll have a look at a couple of these real quick. XPEV, I mean, this entire group gave you that opportunity on the short side off of the open. But look at the long here on the way back up as well, back to 74, kind of coming into this area of resistance from yesterday in the afternoon on XPEV. But rolling over once again, PayPal was a monster. Wow. 207, Sean, for PayPal. Big, huge range here, 204 down to 198, and then we're all the way up to 207 for PayPal. And then I'll show you the Solo as well. Just fell off a cliff. This is a $10 stock. Went from 10 bucks down to 7.5 in a straight line and halted. So any of those EV space names really, really weak on the open today, guys. Back over to you.
All right, we're coming back right now, and we have XPEV short again, so we haven't hit this one today, but this is the kind of day that it's been. XPEV right now, 70.35 short. We just took some out at 76. That's a 70-cent winner right there on XPEV. So, sorry, 52-cent winner on XPEV. It's just bouncing around like crazy. Sometimes it looks like 70, sometimes it looks like 50. Who knows? But right now we are short XPEV and heading to the grave right now. So let's see how far down this name wants to go, guys. We're already 57 cents in the money on XPEV, and we are $1.50 now in the money on Palantir. So let's just watch out, man. I have a 72.50 area now to get out of some of this. Obviously, it'll be a loser because we only took out a third, but we still have 2/3 on right now. Good out there at 69.76. Let's wait to see. That might have been the move, though. It crushed through 70. It should have continued down to 68 there, and it didn't. So VWAP, you can look that up. We do have videos out on VWAP, so you can check that out. But 68.75, I still think we travel down here. We can put a bid here right now, take it out, maybe 69 if we can get that. Is that even enough, though? I mean, that's $1.30 on XPEV. I still think we can break a hell of a lot lower on this name, so let's wait to see what does happen on XPEV. Palantir still rocking and rolling, man. This has been like a crazy day for me. You can see the numbers at the bottom, and Brendan just brought that up to me again. 207 for PayPal. Slow down, man. I wanted to get more shares in this name. Look where this long was on a break of VWAP, 201 and change. We talked about liking this. We lost, unfortunately, on a 202.50 long and on a 201.70 long. We lost as we get out at 199 on a 200 break right there. That's why stocks like this are very dangerous off the open, but also extremely profitable when you do have them right. But we take our patience here and we come right back in PayPal and absolutely destroy that to the high side. So hopefully you had that with us, very similar to Palantir and then we leave that alone for an hour and hour and a half, and we come back and absolutely destroy it to where we still have that 10% in riding high. What a big day this has been, guys.
I'm gonna throw this is not just a little bit of a joke here, but OPTT. I got into this little bottom pick of a long, and it started working in the money. I got some shares at 340, was grinding up towards VWAP, and you see this little turnaround right here, and then consolidation lower. I finally get my average in. Yeah, that's when Brendan was like, "Oh man, this thing is looking weak." So I feel like, look, it is what it is. It's not to say that we can be in opposite directions here. Certainly the other day, I had like a pound. I had a pound. Was it Palantir? I was short and you were long at the same time. I lost like 5 cents and it broke out. It can go either direction. I feel like the same thing, either way, what I'm trying to get at, the same thing might happen here in OPTT, where if you're working a short, because it's come in off after that parabolic move up, if you're just shorting all these pops here in front of VWAP, and it's now holding this range from 315 to that 340, like a 25 penny range, either you're going to get a break to the upside and I get my target here at 370, or I'm only risking about like a third of that, or you get the breakdown. Now, I like shorting these stocks, so I'll probably cover my cover at 3 even, and then start to look to short myself. But if you're already in a short, you start thinking about holding through a 3 even break, and then maybe, just maybe, because this is what the stock has done on the daily, and this is what we're looking at in terms of a gap fill. If it breaks this 3, there's actually more, I guess, room for profit is what I want to say, to the downside here after that harder of a rejection to the upside. So I like the long and I'm still in it. But I really like this reversal for another play, so I might have this one to the short side in the event that I do lose, and then Brennan would have been right that OPTT is looking rather weak.
Right. All right. So XPEV now is 50 cents in the money and still moving. Yeah, now, did I say 50 cents? I mean $1 now in the money and still rocking here on XPEV. So we're going to wait to see how far down this one wants to go. There it is right now. We are short right here, guys. $70.30 on XPEV. So that's, the trade that we have on, and it's moving now. $1 into the money on XPEV, guys. Still making moves to the downside here. We're going to watch it, though. Making moves. We told about getting out at 69. That was not too long ago. $70.50 is the call on the short. We're in the money $1. We could take $1.50. 68. Well, it just goes right to 69 before making moves back to the downside or upside. Let's get some out here. 69 and change if we can. Another big winner for your boy on this side, guys. We just continue to rock and roll. What a day this has been, man. Cash cows just continue to be what we're looking for and what we're taking. VWAP right now is 68, 70. This is a good spot to take some XPEV off. We'll hold 1/3 left. Big trade.
Yeah, absolutely, and it's a fantastic mover, and there's no question that the EV space has been the lead dog. The only person that's mentioned earnings, I think, was Brennan a couple of times, and it's not that earnings are a bad catalyst. It's just that on some days you gotta go where the green is, and it's been cannabis, it's been EV, and obviously it's been U.S. Steel as well. But that was a bit of on the back burner. And I liked it on a 10 break. I actually wasn't even looking at this today, but that's one you just don't usually see U.S. Steel do this, and I think that's why it bears watching. I'm going to look at this 14 area top. Just reiterate, we only have like 10-15 minutes left, so I want to go back over this because there was that 1450 on the daily. So if it does break out through the high, what I'm almost hoping would happen is you get a break at the top, people go long in the afternoon, it rejects off that level on the daily chart at 1450, so you have some longs that are late and trapped, then sort of snaps back in, and you're able to catch like 35 to 45 on a short, that maybe gets you back beneath that $14 range, probably into this range where it's consolidating now, about 70 cents lower. So that's a plan of action that I'll have going into U.S. Steel. Yesterday, shorted XPEV in the afternoon, but you got to have a plan, Prad. If you're going to go short in some of these names that are clearly counter trend, you pick your spot and then wait for it. You don't overtrade. You don't force your way into it because, look, the trend's not your friend in that case. Speaking of the trend not being your friend, I don't see one on Tesla right now. And that's why I'm staying away from this stock. The only reason I care about what's happening to it is if it breaks down below this 540, there's a decent chance that if I'm not already out of Fisker for break even, I will just punch out, anticipating that all of these names are going to start to roll over. Fisker very likely to follow Tesla to the downside. And I still have a little bit of that breakout long. If it breaks itself down at 1575, I'll be out. If Tesla breaks without it, I'll just punch out and cancel my stop.
All right. Just chatting back and forth here. Yeah, it's just been a monster day, guys. And we'll continue that. And you want to talk about trading something counter trend and just absolutely crushing this. XPEV's been up and away now for about a month. We make back exactly what we lost on this move right here on this short. We make it right back. And now we're holding 1/3 left. We get out there at 69.30. So back-to-back jacks there on XPEV, Brand.
This is another one to have a look at in the rare earth space. I just found this. MP Materials. This is formerly that Fortress Value Acquisition Corporation. So it's no longer a SPAC, but we'll call it the SPAC of the day. Why not? Big move down here from 24 through to 23 on a volume spike. Still 21% to the upside, but another one that's in that kind of rare earth lithium mining space. MP in the materials group, guys.
There it is. And still coming with fire names for you guys. It's not just our watch list. Really, I mean, throughout the day, you will see news pop in. You want to make sure you're going to some actionable names. I've seen people ask about Boeing a little bit here. Obviously, you know, sort of endorsing buying dips. I don't think you're going to get a shot to have done that today necessarily, because I was never looking at prices like 215 for the dips. Those were like that 185 range. And then we talked about 200 to 202 the other day. Maybe it gives you a shot at those levels, but it is getting very, very close to that daily target at 225 and 230. And interestingly enough, I actually feel like this was something that we talked about in terms of an entry point and some future catalysts, not just the max coming back online, but when you could get some tariff relief with some battles in Europe coming into January at least. And then we're talking about this 230 level here. And if you weren't paying attention on our market wisdom page, this was actually something we discussed over there. Speaking of which, there's my horrible segue for you guys. Today, I have traded 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Wow, over 10 symbols today, so maybe one or two too many. But how do you narrow down that list? You got to do it on a day like today. You have entire spaces, EV space, cannabis space with 4, 5, 6, half a dozen names, and each of these that are going to be actionable. You might find good levels, opportunities to trade. Stick to what works for you. That's an obvious one right there. So you'll see us stick to names that we really, really love, one direction or the other. But we give you more tips than that. Check out that video. Valerius has a link probably already dropped. This is an important one these times, because I feel like after today, Sean, it could be the same thing tomorrow. It's the last time to trade before you have the half-day Friday. And, of course, the markets are closed. U.S. markets on Thursday. So you might have a lot of names where a lot of action will happen in the first hour or so of tomorrow. And you want to have a plan. You want to have your list narrowed down so you can hit the home runs, or at least not overextend yourself and miss out on opportunities because you were looking at too many different stocks at once, guys.
Yeah, I think that's a very important point there. And also a very important point is, yeah, we're back tomorrow. And I think that that's for you guys and for us, that's what's most important, in that we're just going to keep hitting these winners for you. Someone said, I don't know about the profit. Like, have you guys seen the additions or of the P&Ls at the bottom yet? I keep looking over, I don't see them. What I talk about, what I'm saying, you can check out our P&L per share at the bottom of the screen. So someone messaged us, Sean's always talking about profits at the bottom. Hopefully you can see the P&L per share. I haven't seen it since someone mentioned that, so hopefully it's still rocking and rolling. And I mean, I guess if our producer can check out on that one, you can see if that's still rolling through. But I'll keep my eye over there on that.
I saw it before a couple times.
Okay, good.
It's
so
there.
That's good. So as long as it's there, it's there. But that's what I'm talking about again. And I just did want to give a big shout out again and a thank you to Mr. Parrish or Mrs. Parrish or whatever Parrish this is from. Thank you so much. The $50 there. Your contributions do not go unnoticed, especially on this show, and it means a lot to us. And yeah, it's not just all about crushing stocks. It's also about building the community. And you can see that's exactly what we're doing here every single day. And we have the YouTube, you can't see the YouTube thing, it's over there, but I do want to say a big thank you to everybody for helping us get to that number there, 100,000 subscribers, and our YouTube plaque is in the building. I'll be tweeting that out. We'll take a big, nice family picture of that one. But look at XPEV, guys. Superman is also back in the building today. I hope the profits are going there at the bottom, because XPEV has been absolutely destroyed by yours truly today. Out, multiple dollars there. The last out rate there on this break, we tried a baby short there. Like, look at these shorts, 69, 69.40, 69.60, out 70.50. That looks like about $1 to me. We're already in the money right now, $2 on this initial short. So there we go. Not initial short, another short. So there we go. We calling XPEV. We're short calling right now. That's what we're doing. We're calling out plays for you, taking them live. And normally it's 11:54. We don't normally do this at this time, but look, with these actions coming through, here we go, guys. Another big winner. We're short 69.35 right here. Oh, we took more. That's right. We took more on this break of 68.50 right there. So that's why our average price. We're now $3 in the money on XPEV, guys.
And just a little bit of a joke here.
Bang.
We got salmon today, so the perfect way to end the show was with our absolutely favorite lunch. I feel like when they make the salmon here, we could spend a little extra time on that grill. Valeria knows what I'm talking about there. Either way,
the profits on the bottom.
They've been. I thought I did see them before. Maybe I was mistaken, Sean. I swear I did. Brendan, what's up, bud?
I was just reading a tweet from Citron, guys. It actually looks like it is a positive note on this MSTR. So they're talking about that. You can see a huge volume spike came in when this came out, but it's right back down again. MSTR. So it sounds like what they're doing is talking about their exposure to cryptos and Bitcoin specifically through this stock, MSTR, which is a software company that has some software and platform development in the crypto space. So Citron talking positively about MSTR, guys.
So you're saying Citron is covering in this stock today after it's already made? I mean, this is it in August, and it's gone 2x and just in the last a few months here. So I mean, it's not to say that immediately without looking at it, I would be shorting in front of 245. But 2x in a couple of months. Already made a push into the high. The report comes out, it tests the top and then fails. I would suspect that there's going to be some selling into strength in this name going into the afternoon. Now, obviously, I want to make sure I go back, look at some of these, look at my 15, just to sort of go over a little bit on this name and not just jump into a trade at 11:57 right at lunchtime. But certainly, my first look would be there could be some selling into strength, which I think we're already seeing here on MSTR.
Okay, I'll just give you guys an update here because we have XPEV on, as you know, and we just absolutely I mean, look at it. This is this short right here, 70.25. We just covered at 68 even, so that's a great trade. Our next one, we were going to go short underneath VWAP, so that's why that triggered, but it was only 1/3. So I had 1/3 on and it got doubled. So we're going to give this one back here to about 70 and change, I think. Yeah, right here, basically. That's where I just looked at my stop order. 70.25 or so we'll get out of XPEV if it does go back up. Otherwise, we're going to hold this all day, guys. And then Palantir, still an absolute monster. This has been a fantastic day. Thank you for all the love and the support. It's been amazing. I see all of you on the chat, and thank you. I feel blessed to be here as well. Brendan, with earnings, I believe?
It is about that time, guys. We have a couple minutes left. Just having a look at some retail names because we're into the retail portion, apparently, of earnings season. Gap had a big move down this morning, kind of consolidating above the high from yesterday, but a nice look about 1% and change to the upside. But yeah, Gap is on this list. Let's go. Let's have a look at what is coming up either after market or before the open tomorrow for earnings.
I mean, you mentioned Gap there, and look, this thing is obviously making a fantastic run on its way to like $30. I mean, it just broke out through 25, and it's been a very, very clean trend. I mean, buying on the dip has been an easy one over in Gap. Outside of that, of course, Nordstrom's could be worth a look. John Deere could be interesting. Obviously, we've seen some of these undercover names perform, but that's a stock that I think literally has never been traded on this show, even on earnings. So I mean, I don't know that we're going to get to it. It's EV space, and some cannabis mixed in with that.
Yeah, I like Dell. I actually like Nordstrom's, JWN. We can look at that one as well. I like Nordstrom's to beat tomorrow, I guess tomorrow. Yeah, we'll see what that wants to do. JWN. I think this is option eligible play here as well. As I look to find the daily chart on JWN, you can see beautiful bottoms breaking out, man. You can see what Target did. I know Nordstrom's a little bit different, more higher end. Shout out to my wife, and she goes, Sherway Gardens is a big mall. She goes, I just hope Nordstrom's isn't closed. I kind of hope it is closed. $25 to the upside right there. I think it breaks out, man, right here. Look at this bottom, 25 right there, 25 right here. I may put a call on Nordstrom's tomorrow. I'll find out about, you know what, I'm going to find out right now what this is. Let's put in a symbol here and see what the short squeeze is. JWN, Brendan, you can see if there's anything different on your system, if you could find that quickly. It's not even that big, guys. Oh, wait a second. 45%. Uh-oh, your boy did it again. We found one, guys. 45% short on Nordstrom's. So here we go, Brendan. If you can confirm anything like that, we will.
Get Brendan to confirm, because I'm nothing against shortsqueeze.com. Just a couple of times I've trusted Brendan's numbers a little bit better, but I don't think if it says 45%, I guarantee you it's still a significant number.
Well, Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
That's why we'll go to Brendan. And if you have that one, and again, we use the Icon system here. That's a Reuters product. So Thomson Reuters Icon Terminal, very similar to the Bloomberg. Let's see what they're rolling with.
Yeah, so they don't update in real time, guys, when it comes to short interest. But before the open, so it's a static number, was 41.
Boom.
Okay, right there.
Before the open this morning.
There
Yeah,
it is, guys. That's why we give you those, real looks at some of these earnings plays, guys. That's why we're picking Nordstrom's. Now you at least know what to look out for in that play, guys. So watch out for Nordstrom's tomorrow. My eyes are going to be glued to that one.
Yeah, certainly. And I can't even believe this is what the national day is. I can already see it. One more thing before we gotta get out of here. I want to remind you guys before I throw it to Valeria. It is U.S. Thanksgiving on Thursday. That means there will be no show when the U.S. markets are closed. Unfortunately, we don't come to you guys. Those are the only holidays that we do take. Now let's see what national day it is. But the only thing that I would not want to see for our lunch outside of salmon, Valeria.
Thank you, Neil. And hey, guys, what a great morning. Thank you very much for starting this trading day with us and for all the support. It's literally priceless to us. Guys, please don't leave without subscribing to our channel and hitting thumbs up if you haven't done this yet. And happy National Sardines Day, everyone.
Yeah, I've been there. I know the sardine lunch when you gotta make ends meet. It is what it is. Obviously, we're having salmon because that's what we have every other day. But if you can't tell, we've been able to do pretty well on the show, and I feel like please tell me that we've hit that 3,000 mark for the likes. Make Valeria happy. Obviously, it's been a fun show. A lot of activity in the market, and of course, some earnings that are still left on the slate, like tomorrow. And basically, it's going to be EV space. It's going to be a little bit of those retail names as well. And the last thing I got to do, just to remind you guys, we are dropping a video. We do it every single day. This is no exception. Narrow down that list of stocks, even with our watch list, which you get for free. Not everyone's going to trade 10 or 12 symbols on a given day. If it's 1 or 2 that you like, 3 or 4, whatever your comfort zone is, how do you pick what is going to be the actionable trades or the few that you are going to make? Valeria has dropped the link, so you can catch that on our Market Wisdom page. For the entire team here, for Valeria, who we need to get a sweater because she's cold. My man Sean Catino over there, who I apologize for making drink so much water. It is good for you. And Brendan Wickens, I'm Neil Roberts. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Trader TV Live. See you tomorrow, guys.